Hello everybody and welcome to the United Stand. Don't know why I've got my earpiece in. Hello, welcome to the United Stand. We are live for our first pre-season watch along of the season. Please do smash a like on the video, and if you're here for the match reaction, the link will be in the video description for that. But if you are watching live now, then obviously we're live and there is no match reaction yet, because that would be the future. So the team news is in, as you can see. It is there on your right hand side. I mean, look, we can't start melting down about team news, because it's only team news at the end of the day, and it's only a pre-season game against Perth Glory. So such is life. That is the way it is. So we've got Romero starting in goal. We've got Delo at right back. We've got Jones and Twansibi at centre back. And we've got Ashley Young captaining at left back. I mean, look, if you ever wanted a stark reminder of the reality of where we are as a Manchester United football club from last season to the start of this season, you've still got Jones and Young playing. Into the midfield, Matic, Pereira and Lingard. I think it'll be a 4-3-3. It could be a diamond, I don't know. And then we've got Chong, Martial and James. Daniel James, obviously the most exciting player to be starting there. Twansibi as well, I suppose, in many ways. But you've got to be very careful. I'm going to throw a couple of things out. I mean, look, I'm not bothered by that team. They actually had a training session this morning, so it's nothing to write home about. That team, you can't read anything into it. It's just, it is what it is. That's the team that he's gone to start off with. There'll probably be a different team in the second half. It's pre-season. This is how it works. We know it all works like this. You don't learn a lot from how that team works. I think you probably learn a couple of things though, and I think that would be fair to say that Ashley Young on the left back shows that, you know, we're going to probably be moving him there, and Twansibi given a game as well, which I think I like. Twansibi, I said in the summer, he needs to go on loan to a Premier League club. If we are thinking of playing Twansibi in the Premier League this season, then I'm a little bit worried about, we don't need to sign a centre-back, there's no value in the market. Bollocks, we do. So we need to be a little bit careful about that, of course. But Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Aaron Wan-Twansibi's using number 38, says Beer Bros Gaming. That's great, thanks for that. I didn't know. I actually went to start the game with the lineups, and we didn't actually have a Twansibi player, so I had to quickly change that. Kickoff is in 43 minutes time. And please do subscribe to the channel, everybody. I'm going to say that straight away, because if you can see the number in the top right-hand corner, we can hit 495,000 subscribers very quickly today. So please do subscribe if you're new. Bottom right-hand corner. We're on the road to 500,000 subscribers. We probably might quite make that today, but if you can subscribe if you're new, bottom right-hand corner. And if you have subscribed, please do share the video. Share it by clicking the share button on Twitter and Facebook. We get new people in. They might like it and subscribe, and we'll get closer to that 500,000. I've got the champagne on ice. I don't think it'll be today, but please do subscribe and get cracking on with that. Right, will the match be live here, says Clicks the Champ. Yeah, nobody can show this game other than MUTV, where I live, and we haven't got the rights to show this game. So this is a watch-along, basically. We've been doing it for a few years now. We watch the game together, and we update and we have our thoughts on it before, during and after the game. We've got Flex out there as well. He will be doing what will Flex be doing? He will be doing fan cams after the game, vlogs of the game, all sorts of stuff like that. So lots going on. The season effectively starts here, and at some point we hope the transfer window will start for Manchester United properly. Aussie Montana says the fixture's not on BBC Sports. No. It's on MUTV. That's how I'm going to be watching it today. I know that word's not a popular word at the moment with the Glazer out clan, and look, I understand that, but at the end of the day, I want to watch Manchester United play, and I've got MUTV to watch it, so that's how I will be doing it. I got MUTV, let's go, says Finley. I just woke up, says Soph E. What time is the UK kickoff, mate, says Nathan Brown. So we're kicking off at midday. It's just gone 20 past 11 here at the moment. Do you actually watch the game, says Joel Hayden? Yes, it's a watch along. We do watch the game, so make sure you subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Why is he who shall not be named at left back Ashley Young? That is the official lineup for the game against Perth Glory. It came out very early. It came out about an hour and a half before the actual kickoff, to be honest with you. So very, very early kickoff, but very early news with the team. But that is the team news. I don't know whether that's the formation. This is something we traditionally get into a bit of an argument about on this channel on the hour before kickoff. Every single game again this season will be live an hour before kickoff, talking to you about what's going on, and then all the way through till full-time match reaction fan cam. So we're back into that groove again. I like 4-3-3. I think it's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's best formation. And I like 4-3-3, so that's why I've gone with 4-3-3. Looking at that starting 11, is there any other way we can play? Well, it can't be a 3-5-2 because they've only got 2 centre backs, so we know it's a back 4 with Delo at right back. Although Delo could be left back, but I think Young will be left back. And then the midfield, obviously you've got Matic, Pereira. They're definitely midfielders. Is Lingard a midfield? I think Lingard is better centrally in the midfield 3, so I think Lingard might play in the sort of more advanced Pogba position, which leaves Chong and James, who are wide players, and Martial probably playing up front. So I think we might see, I think 4-3-3 is the one I would go with. Vinit Puranex made a contribution. Thank you very much for that. 4-2-3-1 says Shubi Munir. Yeah, it could be something like that. Drop Young for sure, says Declan T. Smith. I just want to say to everybody straight away, please do smash on the like on video. Let's see if we can get 1,000 likes very, very quickly. But also, let's not get too overly bothered by the team. It's a pre-season game. You're going to see a lot of this. I would have liked to have seen maybe Garner start, maybe Greenwood start. But Lukaku, Lindelof and Bailly have not been named in the matchday squad. They are part of the team, but they've not been named in the matchday squad. So we shouldn't see Lukaku playing. Probably carrying a little bit of a knock still. Remember him and Martial were training on the bikes a couple of days ago for the open training session. So we shouldn't see him playing. And Bailly and Lindelof, we probably won't see them play either. So there is opportunities in the second half. If he plays a totally different team in the second half, which he might do, then you could see Wan-Bissaka, you should see Chris Smalling, Marcus Rojo, Luke Shaw, Pogba, McTominay second half, maybe Angel Gomez, Greenwood. So yeah, I think the balance is quite right between both teams. So I'm quite encouraged by that, to be quite honest with you. I've got a super chat here from Ozzy Montana. It does not say Manchester United play today anywhere, says Ozzy Montana. We definitely are playing today. Ozzy. I can confirm that to you. Is there any transfer news this morning, says Canal? The only thing I've really sort of heard is about Harry Maguire. I'm happy to talk about that because we've got a little bit of time. And Dwan Brari says Bruno Fernandes. What I will say is for you, tomorrow morning, make sure you are subscribed to this channel and you've got your notifications on, because tomorrow morning we have got an interview with Simon Peach going up on the channel. Simon Peach is a tier 1 journalist, and we've asked him all the relevant questions about Manchester United's transfer strategy, who he thinks is coming in, what he thinks is going on, who's going to leave. This is a tier 1 Manchester United journalist talking to Flex down in Australia. That interview is going up tomorrow morning. I've watched it already. Very, very, very good. So make sure you're subscribed and you've got your notifications on, because very, very insightful on the midfield situation at Manchester United and what is going on with transfers and why it's taking so long. So really good interview, which I listened to this morning, and we will put that up for you tomorrow morning. So make sure you subscribe, bottom right hand corner, and get your notifications on. It's a very, very good interview. We don't really do interviews with journalists on here. There's only probably 1 or 2 I would interview, and they're all tier 1. And Simon Peach, for me, is the best. Who is the captain? It's Ashley Young. Lucas Ryan. He is the captain. Are Manchester United signing Dybala? Says Sarah. I've got no idea about whether we're signing Dybala. I would say it's a fat no. Where is the match? Says Amar. It doesn't kick off for another 37 minutes. We are so slow. No one in and no one out, says Andres Sotero. Look, as I said, score predictions. I've somebody said, and I would throw this out there. I've got no idea about the score predictions, so I'm going to go with 5-1, like somebody else said to Manchester United. But so I heard somebody say today, Perth Glory are no pushovers. They'll give a good account of themselves. 2-1 United, which surprised me. I thought we'd have a lot more goals in us. I'm looking forward to seeing Daniel James. What I would say is, I've watched loads of pre-season tours over the years, as I'm sure you are. If somebody puts in a 10 out of 10 performance today, great. It doesn't mean it's going to transfer to the season. If somebody plays absolutely terribly, it doesn't mean it's going to transfer to the real season. It's about getting muscles in your legs. It's about building towards the new season. The formations, the tactics, I think, are important. But the selections, the team picks, who plays where, for how long, again, I don't think that matters massively. I'm not going to get too stressed. But what I would say is, good day from Australia, says Tommy Darko. Good day, get some shrimp on the barbie. That's rubbish. That's the worst accent yet. And but what I would say is, when you look at that team, there is no need to be negative. The Optus Stadium looks absolutely beautiful, by the way. One of the things that Australia, as I look at it, because I've got it on the telly there, it's pitch black, it's dark. So, you know, for us, it's midday in the UK. But one of the things, because I've got friends who live in Australia that they told me that really, really surprised me is that as much as it's a lovely, you know, the climate's fantastic, it's very warm and everything like that, because of where it is on the globe, whether it's the peak of summer or in the winter, it's dark by 6 o'clock, like pitch black dark. Whereas in the UK, in the summer months, it's not getting dark till 9 o'clock, 9:30 at night. In the winter, yeah, it gets dark at like 4:30. But in Australia, it doesn't matter whether it's summer or winter. They've got it's pitch black dark at 6 o'clock in the evening. So there you go. So yeah, but look, what I would say is about that team lineup is, and I can't move away from it, is that with regards to Manchester United, SR, I do think Pogba will play in the second half. Yeah, with regards to that team, there's no escaping the fact, is there, that the issue is that we have a team that is just not quite progressing from the end of last season. I mean, you know, we knew Jones and Young were going to be here, and I knew people would moan about it. I myself tweeted out about it on @MarkGoldbridge. So, but we knew they were going to be here because they've signed new contracts. But I think it's a stark reminder that team really hasn't moved forward, has it? It's not moved forward. It's nice to see Twansibi. It's nice to see Daniel James. It's nice to see Chong playing. But are they ready to play next season in a team that's meant to be top four? Physically, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. So I'm excited to see what they're going to do. Ronaldo 7 to watch the game, says Michael Butterworth. Nothing beats your Irish, Mark, says Rachel Harrop. The match starts in 34 minutes. We got back from holiday in Perth 2 weeks ago, says Henry Jameson. He's got a thumbs down. Whether that's he's unhappy that he's got back or I don't know. Manchester United app is showing full match and Shaw is not starting, says Ayan Layan. Shaw is not starting Ayan Layan. I can pretty much confirm that for the third time in the last 20 minutes. As you can see, the team is on my left. That is the starting team. Will Lawrence, I've clearly been thrown a lie by my friends who've moved to Australia, because Will Lawrence says, I disagree. In summer in Melbourne, it doesn't get dark till 9:30. I've been blagged then. I've been blagged. I've been told that for a long time and I always thought it was true. I've never been to Australia, so I'll bow down to those people who do live in Australia. But you know what? Pre-season tour starts. We've done these probably, I think this is our 4th year. Somebody in the live comments would let me know that. The last couple of years we've been doing it in... actually, this must be our 5th tour, because I think we've done 3 Americans and 1 when it was in China. And the American tours were always very interesting because you were watching at 3, 2, 3, 4 in the morning. The Australian tour and the Asia tour that we're doing this time, every game is midday. So it's a lot easier for us. But I'm sure all around the world, let us know where you're watching in the live comments. I think the pre-season tour is always exciting and it always has that nice community feel because everybody's watching all over the world. Sam A says, what is Jim's opinion on the starting lineup? Should we get Jim on the phone? I think we might be able to get Jim on. Let's get Jim on the phone. People are going to be wondering who the hell Jim is now. Hello, Jim. Can you hear us? Yes, Mark. I'm absolutely fine. I didn't ask you how you were, Jim. What's your thought on the team? Well, I'm absolutely fine. I'm positive about that team. I'm fed up of the negativity. Ashley Young is a great servant to this club and he's back in left back and he can do... For me, he's one of the best left backs in England. I think, Jim, you're talking nonsense, but carry on. And Phil Jones, this is the start of Phil Jones' tour. This is the start of the real Phil Jones. This is where Van Dijk today is going to be absolutely crapping in his pants because this is the journey of Phil Jones to the best centre-back in Europe. Jim, you're talking absolute nonsense. What else have you got to say about that team, Mr. Positive Jim Silverbridge? Well, I think that this team's a good team. It's a 4-3-3. I back the manager. And you know what, Mark? I don't think we need to sign any players. Twansibi can be the player at our centre-back. Pereira and Matic and Lingard, they can be our midfield 3 if Pogba goes. And as for a right winger, we can just play Chong out there. We're absolutely fine. Or we can promote Delo there. Yeah, all right. Usual positivity from Jim. Thank you. See you never again. Bye-bye. I'm obviously having a bit of a laugh there, but you've got to look at the positive side of things. There will be people today who say, we don't need to sign a centre-back. We've got Twansibi. We don't need a right winger. We've got Chong. I love these lads, and I really want them to succeed at Manchester United. But we do need... There's a big difference between promoting youth and finishing in the top 4. And I've said before, United over the last 20 years haven't even produced one top-class youth player. and we think we're going to produce 3 or 4 in the space of a few months. It's going to take time. It says Shaw on your screen, not Young, says Henry Ellis. That's my mistake. That is my mistake. Apologies for that. Have I put the wrong one in? So we've got Delo, Twansibi, Jones, Shaw, Matt. Yeah, it's Ashley Young at left back. I've done it for sort of self-preservation. Ashley Young is starting, but in my mind, I can't even put it on the screen, so I'm not going to. Jim Silverbridge is becoming a legend in his own right. Welcome to Susan Burke, the latest member of the United Stand Members Club. And Mark, we've almost hit 495,000 subscribers. And thanks for the contribution, Craig Kelly. I think Jim Silverbridge is going to become more popular than me. Jim Silverbridge is basically my alter ego. We did a little bit of a call in the other night where we always have to look for the positive side of things. And people say I'm a little bit too negative. So we've got Jim Silverbridge now, and he will come on when we need a bit of positivity. Some people say he's naive, he's blinkered and he's an idiot, but he's Mr. Positive is Jim, and we'll see a lot more of him, I think. We've hit 495,000 subscribers. Thank you, everybody. Please do keep subscribing. We want to get to that 500,000. We've got the champagne on ice. We've got loads of giveaways, of which this is going to be a giveaway. It will be washed. I don't really wear Manchester United tops, so I'm going to wear this a little bit for the pre-season tour, obviously. But we will be giving this away when we hit 500,000 subscribers. And if you want Flex to sign it or me to sign it, we'll get the goal. We'll sign it. Or just don't have it signed. Just have it as a shirt. So we will be giving that away as well. Matthew Edlin says that he invented Jim Silverbridge. He probably invented Silverbridge, but he didn't invent Jim. Jim's going to become a regular. Yep. Talking of which, very exciting news on that. Obviously, if you watched the watch-alongs from before, you'll know that I'm nearly crying. I always used to do them with Mad Marcus, but Mad Marcus doesn't do it anymore. He's withdrawn on good terms. He just didn't really want to do it anymore. So this is the United Stand. This is a fan channel. I'm not capable of doing every single game as a watch-along on my own. So we are going to be starting something over the next few weeks, which I'm very, very excited about. And, you know, everybody's got an opportunity to get involved on the watch-alongs because it is your channel, so make sure you subscribe. Welcome to Matt Burton, the latest member of the United Stand Members Club, and welcome to Susan Burke. We've done Susan already, not in that way. Nice top marks, says Savando. Just reminding me, the people who are becoming members of the United Stand Members Club, there's a join button to do that. You click that join button, you become a member of the United Stand. When you're a member, you get a little badge next to your name when you're live commenting. And also you get access to the United Stand emojis. If some of the members can put some of the emojis up there, these are exclusive emojis for the United Stand. And they really do come into their own on a match day. We've got a few more coming up for the new season, but we've got Beans, we've got McMayo, we've got Ollie at the wheel, we've got... What have we got? I can't remember all the emojis we've got, but you'll only get access to the emojis by becoming a member. So, join button. And when you are a member, every month, if you are a member, every month your badge changes. So you start off with a basic badge, and then after 6 months, you go up to like the platinum badge. So yeah, I can see the beans there. We've got Zane Scope and Broad Mons who are members with the beans. And we've got Goldbridge's face. I forgot about that one. We've got the lube. We've got the pink boots. We got the pink boots, Marcus. Al Doctor 69 has got the pink boots out. Obviously there for Phil Jones. McMayo. We've got Lube Shaw. We've got flip-flops. There's a lot of flip-flops about at the moment. We've got the chair. We've got Lindelof, which is the Iceman. We've got Lukaku's Timberland boots. We've got Jaws. We've got Jurassic Park. We've got Goal. We've got Pogba Goal. We need a few more, but we've got a few. And we've got the pink gloves for David. Yeah, we've got loads. We've got loads and loads and loads. I'm just looking if we've got any new ones that I haven't seen for a while. But we've got Expletive Goldbridge as well. So yeah, absolutely loads. Make sure you subscribe, become a member and all that jazz. But let's get a bit of a conversation going. You know what we're going to struggle with today? I'm not about to do a big reveal here. It will destroy all the lads' lives forever if I did that. But we've got Wanda the left foot. That's one of my favourites, Ashrow. Let's get into the conversation. This game today, in my feelings, is it's nice. It's that word nice. And nice is a bland word. You know, if you say to your wife or your partner or your boyfriend, you look nice. It's just, I'd rather be told nothing than nice. Nice is a word that's it's just okay, isn't it? Nice. And I think that's what this situation, this match is today. If we win 25-0, it doesn't mean anything. If we draw, it's not meltdown. It's about getting a look at the players. It's about where we are as a football team, and it's about building your your fitness levels and things like that. We need to get a spider emoji for Wan-Bissaka, says Zed Jamie. Yep, this is because he tackles like a spider, apparently, or something. I've not actually read the full story. Red Army Ollie's at the wheel, says Richard MUFC. And do you have a player on the back of the kit? No, I don't. How do you become a member on iPhone app, says Adrian John. To be honest with you, I don't think it's available in every single country as well. Which reminds me, come on, let's get this party started. It's Saturday. Get in the live comments. Where are you watching from? Emil is in South Africa. So where are you watching from? I want to see where you're watching from. And if you want to tell us what time it is as well. This is just Goldbridge being nosy. I just want to know where you're watching from and how you're doing. Don't tell me how you're doing. Just tell me where you're watching. I'm just messaging Drawty, if you're watching, what are your thoughts on it? It rings a few bells in a BTEC way. So we've got India, Norway. Norway's on the up on the United stand. Ever since Ollie's come in, we're getting a lot more Norwegians starting, and you're very, very welcome. Indonesia in the house. We used to get a lot of Indonesia. I haven't seen them for a while. We've got Malaysia, we've got India, we've got London, we've got Plymouth, we've got Sweden, Poland, Manchester, Netherlands. We've got someone from Adelaide there. Let's just go back. We've got Adelaide. And I'm so keen to get over to Perth on Tuesday, says Bradley Davidson. Oh, that's fantastic, Bradley. Put a shrimp on the barbie. As soon as I do, that Australian one wasn't bad until I said let's do a shrimp on the barbie. Andres Pereira is about to sell his dreams for the third consecutive summer, says Premier Prodigy. Andres Pereira normally does look absolutely fantastic. Sweden, South Shields in England, watching from Australia, says Nitin Chandak. South Africa, it's 8:35 p.m. in Melbourne, says Luke. I'm not doing the accents anymore. Narnia, Scotland, Stratford in London, South Africa. Unknown CGP says, I'm in the UK, how boring. So am I. Nothing wrong with the UK. India. Food Memphis is a Chelsea fan, loves the content. You know, I'm getting more and more of this. More and more people are just watching the content because they love it. And I think that's down to the live comments. So you should all be very happy with yourself. Chesterfield and the Maldives. What a contrast. Chesterfield and the Maldives. Look, nothing wrong with Chesterfield, but I know where I'd rather be. The Netherlands, Manchester, Denmark, Jersey, Malta, Carlo in Ireland. At the game, you've got greats. Andrew Rosso's at the game, so you must have brilliant reception to be doing that. Well done. County Durham and Mason Greenwood, the new superstar for United. Play him or send him to City, says Stephen Crossley. I think we'll see him in the second half. No one in Australia says shrimp, by the way. It's prawns. David JB. Well, stereotypically, we all think you say shrimp. So put a shrimp or put a prawn on the barbie. Rubbish. I can't do that bit. I can't do that. Vietnam. Anyway. Chuck us your questions about Manchester United before I become redundant. I can't do accents. Simple as that. Top of the morning to you. Okay, so look, we've got Leeds United on Wednesday, which is probably what the person who's on about Perth is on about. We've got Leeds United on Wednesday. That's going to be, look, today is the first step. It's a nice first step. I've used the word nice again. And we just take it for what it is. We get to look at some of the players. The thing I'm most excited about, and let's do it in the live comments because I want to read. What are you most excited about today? To me, obviously I'm looking forward to seeing Daniel James and Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Daniel James more because I know Aaron Wan-Bissaka's a baller. I know he's a very good right back. Daniel James, it's that uncertainty. I'm looking forward to seeing Twansibi and Chong and any of the young lads, Pereira, Martial up front. These are all exciting things. But the thing I'm most intrigued about is how we're going to play. What intensity have we got? Early stages of pre-season, but we have been training for 2 weeks. What's the lineup of the team? How quick we move the ball? How quick we press high up the pitch? They're the things that excite me the most. Zachary Purvis says, I'm listening to the show while at work in Dayton, Ohio. I love the show. I've been a subscriber for 3 years now, and this is by far my favourite channel. Well done. Bada bing, bada boom. You're right. It is the best channel because you lot make it the best channel. It's simple. You know, I'm just your flute. Blow me. Why didn't I say violin? Excited about watching football, says Rachel Harris. Yes, Rachel. You know what? I'm like a kid on Christmas morning. I'm pumped. I'm absolutely pumped. I'm glad I said kid. A man on Christmas morning pumped makes me think of the wrong sort of things. But I'm really excited because we're going to watch football. We're going to watch our football club play football. And we can switch off for a day about transfers and stuff like that. Although, what I have said to Flex is, when he's talking to people after the game, do ask them about transfers, Lukaku, Solskjaer's future and all that jazz. Watch Jesse Lingard is my tip. I've said this on a couple of shows now. Jesse Lingard, guaranteed, won't put in less than 8 out of 10 today. When I'm doing my player ratings after the game, guarantee Jesse Lingard gets 8 out of 10. On pre-season tour, he's always brilliant because he's got natural fitness. And whereas everyone else is getting their sharpness up, he's always super sharp. He always looks like Messi Lingard in the pre-season tour. Unfortunately, when the season starts, everyone catches up and he goes back to being Mr. Inconsistent. But he will play well. He will play well. Burns R says, Mark, did you play for Malahide United when you lived in Dublin? No, I was at Portmarnock, the next one. United Stand, a must for all United fans, says Kusrash Suraba. How are we doing for subscribers, Team United Stand? We're ticking along okay. Make sure you subscribe if you're new, bottom right-hand corner. This time next week, we could have 500,000 subscribers. I got the champagne. I got the giveaways. We've got 2 get-togethers planned. We've got London in August the 8th. United Stand get-together. Dublin in November. These are going to happen every few months now. America's definitely next summer on the tour. And we want to get another couple in next year as well. So, yeah. Please do subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Make sure you share the video. Let's get to 500,000. We're only going to do it if we do it together, like we've got here together. The United Stand is your channel. People always say, what a load of nonsense. It's your channel, Mark. It's you and Flex's channel. You ain't been watching since day one. Mr. Consistent, that's what I am, and everybody involved in it. I said it from the very first show when we had 10 people watching on a Sunday night on a weekly show. In my mum's bedroom. It wasn't my mum's bedroom. I'm just playing up to the haters. It's your channel. That's why we always interact. Every one of our shows always live. Well, they're not all live actually, but most of the shows we do are always have been live because it's the interaction. It's your channel. So make sure you subscribe. Bottom right hand corner if you're new. We're live every night at 8 o'clock. We've got Transfer Daily at 7 a.m. Monday to Friday. We always go live if there's any breaking news. And we've got fan cams, watch-alongs, match reactions, the lot. Everything you need on this channel. And I must just say again, tomorrow morning on this channel, going up an interview with Simon Peach, Tier 1, i.e. one of the best credible journalists out there about Manchester United on the United Stand tomorrow. I've already watched the interview talking about Manchester United, transfers, Glazers, Solskjaer. Brilliant interview. If you love United, you do not want to miss that interview. And it's very insightful on transfers. And I did ask Flex to ask him, out of 10, how likely is Bruno Fernandes coming to United? How likely is Harry Maguire to come to United? Milinkovic-Savic, Yamina, and a couple of others. Considering, and he said himself, the reason I think people think I'm so credible is because I don't put nonsense out there. I'd rather let a load of journalists put a load of crap out and wait till I know what it is because I want to be right. And when he says what he said about those transfers, it's very, very intriguing. Is it okay not to see you as a flute to blow, or is that required, says Murray Hurts? Murray, if you see me as a flute to blow, everybody's welcome. You won't get to blow me, but, you know, what you do in your private life and your fantasies is fine. But seriously, have a good life. I have watched the United Stand for years, says Robert. I thought he said 10 years because it's not been going for 10 years. Score prediction, Mark, says Tom Fisher. Look, you know what? This is a bit like, you know, you'd never bet on a score prediction for this game is what I was going to say. So I would say I'm going to go 5-1. 5-1, yeah. Chong does need to bulk up, Red Jedi, and if he bulks up, we're laughing. Sean Byrne says Villa have bought 3 centre-backs and will we keep start Twansibi, says Sean. I think that's a cracking question, and welcome to Welsh Leafs fan, latest member of the United Stand Members Club. I think they're hoping Twansibi comes good, says Daniel Priest. I like Twansibi, right? And I know if we had Jim Silverbridge on again, he would say, I'd rather just keep him and not sign anybody, right? I'm going to be the other side of the coin here. I like Twansibi, But if we don't sign a centre-back, I'll be furious on August the 8th. This is a massive situation that Manchester United need to improve on. Just forget about Twansibi for a minute, or think about him when I say the 3 things United need desperately in a centre-back. We need a leader. Twansibi's not that. He's too young. We need somebody who's dominant in the air. Twansibi is not dominant in the air. And we need somebody who can bring ball out from the back. He probably can do that. So he only can do one of the 3 things we desperately need. Is Twansibi better than Phil Jones? Yes. Can he be better than Smalling? Yes. Is he better than Rojo? Yes. Can he be brilliant? Yes. But does he tick the boxes of what we need in a centre-back? The Harry Maguires, the Koulibalys, they have those traits that we need in a centre-back. If we go, we don't need a centre-back because we've got Twansibi, you're mugging off the thick, naive United fans, because it's not necessarily about just going and getting a centre-back for the sake of it. There's a very particular centre-back that we need. And Twansibi and any other... none of our centre-backs are that. So if we get conned by, we don't need a centre-back because Twansibi's amazing, he doesn't tick the boxes of what we need in a centre-back. So that's all I would say. But I want him to be very successful at the club. Welcome to Tommy Andre Evanson. Thank you very much. Jay Bardouage has gone with 11-0. 11-0. Well, that's fantastic, Jay. So yeah, 8. So that's interesting. Has there been any news on Fred? Fred's getting married, apparently. We were speaking about it last night. Fred is getting married. Wan-Bissaka's on the bench, says Amanda Carney. So let me just say, the team news is there on the left. It's not Luke Shaw at left back, it's Ashley Young. I'm just doing it for self-preservation and make people feel better. Ashley Young is starting in the first half, so I think that Shaw will start in the second half. But people who are concerned about Wan-Bissaka or Paul Pogba or Marcus Rashford, they will play in the second half. Mason Greenwood, everyone like that. I think we'll see a team for the first 45 minutes and a team for the second 45 minutes. That's what I enjoy about pre-season, is that you tend to get a different team in the first and the second half. So it's like watching 2 mini games, really. So first half, big eyes on Daniel James, on Tahith Chong, Andres Pereira, Martial up front, Twansibi, obviously. So yeah, big eyes on those. And then we'll see a different team in the second half. Manchester United did train this morning as well. So, it's not like it's 45 minutes, isn't it? And it's a training session that they did this morning. Who's on the bench? Says Daniel Rafferty. Everybody's on the bench, Daniel. Everybody's on the bench. So everyone's on the bench apart from Lukaku, Lindelof and Bailly. They're not available. Although apparently they are there. Simon Peach tweeted that out himself. Credible Simon, who's on our show tomorrow morning. Little plug. He was saying that they are at the stadium, but they're not as part of the squad, which is the squad that's been named. So we shouldn't be seeing Lindelof, Bailly or Lukaku today. For what reason, I don't know. But when you're off on holiday, love the shows from the beach, says Arn2. Yeah, hopefully the Wi-Fi or whatever I used last time will hold up. I am on holiday in a couple of weeks, so you will get your daily stuff from beach. Lukaku isn't featuring, says Harry Kane. Ollie just confirmed that the second it will be a different team, says Yovio. Yeah. You sort of predict that comfortably that would be the case. Jake Buzzler says, my girlfriend loves June because there's no football. I thought, you know what, Jake? I thought that was going to be an admission that she turned to being a lesbian, because June is a woman's name. So when you said my girlfriend loves June, I thought you were going to say my girlfriend loves June and she's leaving me, Mark. But no, she loves June because it's the month of June and there's no football. So that's reassuring for Jake, I'm sure. Where can I see the match, says Nicholas Kildholm. Well, you won't be able to watch the match on YouTube because nobody's got the right to show it's on YouTube. So this is a watch along where I'm watching the game. A lot of you will be watching the game. We just talk about the game when it kicks off and half time and match reaction and everything like that. MUTV will be showing the game. That's where I'm watching it, and I'm sure there are lots of other ways you can watch it. Somebody just said it's the wrong team sheet there. It's actually the right team sheet. I've just purposely decided not to put up Ashley Young at left back because to me he doesn't exist in a Manchester United shirt, so I refuse to put him there. People are underestimating Perth and they will fight, says ProPanda23. That's music to my ears, mate. I want that. I remember it's hard to gauge the Australian football quality and efforts and everything like that. It's always hard when we're in America to gauge the MLS. But when you play the MLS teams, or when we play Perth Glory, I want them to give us a good game. I don't know how good they are, but I want them to be competitive. I had heard, and maybe somebody in the live comments can let us know, I had heard that that they're going to play a lot of their youth players, but I don't know whether that's true. FCH 101 says it's crazy how Perth is one of the least populated cities in Australia and there are this many fans. It's packed out, and I don't know what the attendance is, but it's absolutely packed out. Absolutely packed out, which is amazing. It's amazing. What do you think of United players' reaction to Flex? It's a strange fiction, stranger truth. The only reaction I've seen is that funny video he did on his vlog. Make sure that you are watching Flex's daily vlogs. He's doing one for the match day today. He's been out in Australia for the last 4 days. Every day he's doing a vlog out there. Absolutely brilliant so far. And we've got more stuff with you tomorrow. So yeah, good to see. But no, I mean, look, Manchester United players, whatever. If you want to have a laugh, have a laugh. If you don't. Perth is class, especially with Young on the back four, says Juicebox. Perth Glory have only lost 3 games in 27 matches, says Michael 2312. It depends what sort of team they're putting out. I mean, are they halfway through their season? Is this their best team? Perth are one of the best sides in Australia, Mark, says Jason Clanter. There you go. So it's a good test. It's a good I mean, you know, it is total ignorance from me, and I'm not going to lie. But, you know, do you think James will have a good game, says MI Games? I think he will. I think he's been working on his fitness as well. He's a naturally fast player. He likes to run with the ball at his feet. I can almost predict that Daniel James is going to excite us this first half. Nice light show at the stadium, Mark, says Saul of Tarsus. The Australian League is solid, but Robbie Fowler is the Brisbane manager, says Pro Panda 2033. That's good. They're in pre-season as well, says Will Gordon. Seeing Martial up front is beautiful, says Oliver Lamidi. Yeah, I mean, look, the way I've lined that team up on my left as a 4-3-3, I presume it is a 4-3-3, and I presume Martial is up front. It might be a different formation. We'll find that out in the next. We're only 8 minutes away from kickoff. Perth has got almost 2 million people. 52% of migrants from the UK. Had the biggest football crowds in Australia. Basically made the league popular. I mean, 2 million is quite a big population for a city. To be honest, Olray, I know somebody just said it's one of the smallest in Australia, but 2 million is pretty significant. I don't know what I don't know what the population of Birmingham is, but that's the second city in England, and I'm not sure it's 2 million, so it's pretty big. Who me? Mark, you said this is our fans channel, so please put correct team up, not because you don't think Young exists. Be professional at all times. Thanks for the advice, Who me. If you were talking to Jim Silverbridge, he would totally agree with you, but I'm not. To be honest with you, I can't change it now anyway because I'm on my own, so I've got to go into a different system, change the graphics, so I can't do that. But thanks for the advice, and I'll make sure it doesn't happen again. But it was a mistake. I didn't do it. I didn't do it on purpose. It was a mistake. Please do subscribe to the channel if you're new. Bottom right hand corner. Get subscribing to the channel. We are on the road to 500,000 subscribers. If you are new to the United Stand, bottom right hand corner, click the subscribe button. And if you're not new, please share the video underneath. Click share it out on Twitter and Facebook. We get new people coming in, we get closer to 500,000 subscribers. We're live every night at 8 o'clock. We've got Transfer Daily every morning at 7 a.m. We've got fan cams after every single United game. Even in Europa League, we'll be there, whether it's Azerbaijan in a field or wherever. Farmers, doesn't matter, we'll be there. Match reactions, vlogs, the lot. We've got it all covered. This is your channel. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right hand corner, and get involved. There's 720,000 people living in Birmingham, says Zebrovka Leon. Said Perth is double the size of Birmingham, and Birmingham is pretty significant. Do you think Solskjaer's goal is to have a rotating top three that change position all the time, says Strutton? Yes, I do. I think if you look at United when we were successful under Ollie in the first 3 months, you had Lingard, Rashford, Martial, and they did interchange fast. So I think that is what Ollie wants to do, and I think it's a very good point. Sell your bathwater, says Red Devil. I can't believe, we're going off topic, but I can't believe people sell their bathwater and people buy it. What do they do with that bathwater though? Do they drink it? Oh, God. Phil Mitchell, positive, we're playing 4-3-3 and happy to see Dan. You know what as well? this isn't something for you. And then we're very, very quick to football. You know, some people sell their worn tights on eBay. Some kinky people want to buy people's worn tights. I mean, I know. Some people, disgusting, filth. They're sex people, then. But let's have a look. Okay, so I haven't used this for a while. Let's see if it's going to work. It's been a while. Yes, it works. The timer works. Thank God for that. You know when you think, I'm all ready for this. Me and Drawty were talking about this before. In fact, Drawty rang me with the team news at 10:30 this morning, and I had a right little tantrum. I was like, why are they putting the team news out an hour and a half before kick-off? They never do that. And I thought I was all set up for this, and I wasn't. But there you go. 1.3 million in Birmingham, according to Google, says Ryan Collins. We're still smaller than Perth. Sean Galashan wants a shout out. I like this team put out by Ollie, says Wengie Simmons. I like the team because I think if he'd gone with what is his strongest team, the second half team would have been quite a mismatch, wouldn't it? It would have been a bit difficult. Come on, boys, says Lemon W Dabu. And why isn't Wan-Bissaka starting, says Hassan Ali? Because he'll play second half. That's what he'll do. He'll play second half. Simples. So we are what? 4 minutes away from kickoff. Hard to do a score prediction because it's pre-season and we're going to see two different teams playing in the second half. Somebody just sent me a DM saying, please shout out my Twitter account on your live stream. It's a new account that's growing. Yeah, I'd love, why? Like, maybe I'll shout out people that actually, have interacted with me before that aren't just asking for a beg. Maybe I'm being a bit harsh. At United Capital, apparently. So, where are we now? Let me come back to the live comments. We've had a super chat coming in. We've got a new member as well. His name is Philip Alexanderson. Welcome to the United Stand Members Club. Remember, you can do that by clicking the join button. Who says, today's a bit of a strange one. Perth have half their team and best players missing. Also, they're in a long off-season. They've got 15-year-olds on the bench. Tough to judge the performance. See, that's interesting. Why have they got half their team missing? Who made that comment? Why? And again, that makes it difficult because we've got our best squad at the moment. There's nobody really missing from that United team. It is what it is. Sebastian Anderson, do you think Rashi has as much potential as Wayne had? No. It's an easy no. Has Marcus Rashford got the potential that Wayne Rooney had? No. Absolutely not. Never in a million years. Like, Wayne Rooney was one of the best English players of the last 20 years. Marcus Rashford's not that at the moment. Just nowhere near that. Lukaku is not part of it at the moment. He may well be in the next game, but him, Lukaku and Eric Bailly not part of this game today. So that is the situation with that, I'm afraid. Are you watching Love Island, says Joseph Robson? Now is not the time. Now is not the time to be talking about Love Island, Joseph. We've got a football match which is about to kick off in 2 minutes. So, yeah, we're not going to be talking about Love Island. No, we're not doing Football Index today. That's my phone. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Just want to do something. Watching from Barbados. Nice show, Mark, says Shamir Evelyn. Thank you, pal. Can I have a shout out, please, says MA Games. Yeah, I'm not going to do loads and loads of shout outs, but you've just got one, so well done. My player that I'm looking forward to seeing the most in the first half, for me, it's got to be Ashley Young. I've got to be honest. I can't lie. It's got to be Ashley Young. No, seriously, it's probably going to be Daniel James. Yeah, it's got to be Daniel James, hasn't it? I mean, just very excited to see what he's all about. Fantastic player. And hopefully Manchester United will get the best out of him, and he will get the best out of us, because he looks like a very, very good player for United. So we're about to kick... Well, we're not going to kick off at 12 o'clock because the players aren't on the pitch yet. So what we're going to see is we're going to see Manchester United coming out onto the pitch with a load of fireworks. And it's a very impressive firework display. Where's Katy Perry singing fireworks? It's very good. Lots of lights. They've put on a good show. Mark Rashford is over 6'1", but he's awful in the air, says Jake Roden. Yeah, he's not particularly good in the air, is he? He's not particularly good in the air, to be honest with you. He does close his eyes, which I think is a very interesting thing to do when you're a centre-forward, to be closing your eyes. But he needs to improve on that. I do like Marcus Rashford. And I do think that it's all about what he does on the pitch. It's not about what he does off the pitch. It's about what he does on the pitch. And he does need to improve there. I mean, people are saying, oh, he's improved from his injury. Great. But the players are coming out onto the pitch. I knew they were going to play in the away kit. I hate this away kit. But they are playing in the away kit. So we're probably not going to kick off until about 1:05 here, by the looks of it. 1:05, 12, because the players are just on the pitch. So let's see what happens with that. We've nearly hit 2,000 likes before kick-off, and I haven't even really asked for it. So you're absolutely fantastic as per usual. Thanks everyone for doing that. It's always nice to hit a couple of 1,000 likes before kickoff. Players are just lining up at the moment. They're still doing a bit of a light show, so good to see. How are you watching the match, Mark? Says Oscar Mullen. I'm going to be watching the match through MUTV. Yeah. The fireworks and lights are impressive, says Cadmar. Well, they've already put in a better performance than Ashley Young will, haven't they? Ba-dum-dum. Opinions on the new kit, says Andrew. Well, what does everyone else think about the new kit? It can't just be about me. What do you think about the new kit, Jim? I think it's fantastic, Mark. I think it brings together the history of Manchester United whilst also making players look like a coffee, which I like. I like a good coffee in the morning, preferably Starbucks, but Costa will do. But yeah, it just makes me think of a nice coffee. Yeah, it makes me think of coffee as well. I don't like the away kit. I didn't like the pink kit last year. I don't like this kit either. But, you know, it is what it is, isn't it? So... Right, we have a bit of traditional Australian dancing with the Aborigines. I hope I've got that right. I would hate to get it wrong. I'm not joking. I'm being respectful of the origins of Australia, which actually I think the that's the wrong word. People moved to Australia, and I think it's only just over 30 years ago. Obviously, the Aborigines were there for a long time before. So quite a recent, I suppose they'd call it colonisation, wouldn't they? Of the country. Luke Shaw isn't playing, no. It's Ashley Young playing. It's 12 p.m. Why hasn't it started, says Corey. I know it's going to be probably 5, 10 past. This happens a lot on pre-season games as well, unfortunately. So, yeah. We've got a super chat coming in here. Adam Van Appledorn is watching from Canberra in Australia. Awesome fan channel. And a little bit of knowledge, because we like to bring a bit of knowledge in here. Canberra is actually the capital of Australia. Not Sydney, not Melbourne, not Perth. It's Canberra. It was always a question, that, when I was growing up. Fun fact, if Ronaldo closes his eyes on a cross in game or practice, he used to punch himself in some way. Well, that's a very interesting fact. It's a very interesting fact. So the players are now moving out, hoping to play. Well, they are going to play. We've had 2,500 likes on the video now. Absolutely stunning. Please do keep sharing the video, everybody. Bottom right-hand corner, underneath the video. Share it on Twitter and Facebook. And the reason I ask that is subscribe if you're new. Bottom right-hand corner. We're trying to get to 500,000 subscribers. If you look above me on the right-hand corner, we're on 595,000 subscribers. We're getting very, very close to 500,000. Champagne, giveaways, everything. So really looking forward to that. They're portraying this as a final. Well, we're about to kick off, so everybody's very excited. Well, it's nice for them to have Manchester United in town, I suppose. It's not nice to see Ashley Young as captain, is it? I mean, what, you know, I will be honest on this, and obviously Jim will be very positive about Ashley Young and what a great servant he is for Manchester United. But to be honest with you, he's just a terrible footballer these days. I mean, he was I just can't say enough how bad he was between January and the end of the season, and yet still he's at the club holding the captain's armband. Martial needs that number 9 back. Fernandes should be here, says Salim Price. Watch the video tomorrow morning about Bruno Fernandes from Simon Peach. I think it explains the situation absolutely perfectly. G Lad Beat says, hi Mark, I love the show. Keep it going till you die. Yeah, thank you. And watching from my home in Melbourne, hashtag the Pank Boot, says Jared McCormack. Right, we're about to kick off here now. So let's get the old timer ready for you. And another super chat. Hi Mark, love the show. Yeah, I've read that. Came up again. G Lad Beat said it twice. Yeah, so just as a quick reminder, just before this kicks off, Simon Peach, Tier 1 journalist, on the show tomorrow morning, interviewed by Flex, talking about Manchester United transfers. This guy is considered one of the most credible journalists out there, very close to Manchester United, doesn't put crap out. We spoke to him on the tour, he's out on the tour. The game has kicked off, and that's going up tomorrow morning on the channel. So make sure you've got your notifications on. If you don't understand what notifications are, that's like the bell on the YouTube when you've subscribed. So make sure you get your bell on and get your notifications on. A lot of people don't know, if you go into your phone and you go into your apps and you go into the YouTube app, you can actually tick to get all your notifications. PMV Patrick says, checking in from New Orleans, Louisiana at 6 a.m. with a hurricane about to hit. Last moments could be spent watching young Ian Jones. We're praying for you, PMV Patrick. Good ball in down the left-hand side here for Daniel James on that left-hand side, and the cross is blocked out. So very early opportunity for him there to put a cross in. Interested to see how he gets on. He's hindered a little bit today because he's got Ashley Young playing behind him. Ashley Young back at left back. Can't get rid of him. Nice little ball into Daniel James. He's onside, and that is a better cross. Delo blasts it over the bar, running into it from the right back position. A little bit wild there, but half a chance for Manchester United in the first minutes, and a couple of opportunities for Daniel James down that left-hand side. There's no reason Daniel James can't play down the right-hand side, by the way, because he does play with he does play a lot with his right foot. So, yeah, he could easily do that. Mark, is it a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1? To me, it looks like a 4-3-3, and it's exactly as I've lined it up there. It's not a 4-2-3-1. It's a 4. It could be a 4-1-4-1 if you want, but it's definitely Lingard in the more advanced attacking position, Pereira to the right, Matic as the CDM, Chong on the right, Daniel James on the left, and Anthony Martial through the middle with a lot of manoeuvrability. So the formation I've put out for you is exactly right. Perth Glory on the attack here, but Axel Twansibi coming in strong. And I'm going with 3-0 to United because Martial scores 2, says AJL. Good start from Twansibi though. He's a physical unit, Twansibi, but like I say, we still need to sign a centre-back because we need a centre-back who's dominant in the air. It's a 4-2-3-1, Mark, says Daps. How are you... It's not a 4-2-3-1. Pereira is way more advanced than Matic. It's not a 4-2-3-1. If you want... we always get into these arguments about formations. It's not a 4-2-3-1. I'll let you say it's a 4-1-3-1, but it's not a 4-2-3-1. Anyway, it can't be a 4-1-3-1 because that's not enough players. Basically, it's a back four with Matic in front of it. And then in front of that, it's not a 4-2-3-1. It now looks like a 4-2-3-1, actually. I tell you what, it's interchangeable. Sometimes it's a 4-3-3 with a holding midfielder. Then it's a 4-2-3-1. And then sometimes it becomes something completely different. But it's all United at the moment. Delo coming down the right-hand side. I do feel sorry for Delo a little bit, because I think he's a good right-back. But we've just spent £50 million on another one. Who is a very good one, by the way. He's a very, very good one. DJ looking sharp, says Adam Leahy. The game has started. Yep, the timer's up there. We're 3 minutes 30 seconds into the game. 4-1, 4-1. The formation that Man City play, said somebody there. The arguments about formations continue. It's an attacking 4-3-3, says Carson Wilson. Armav was saying it's a 4-2-3-1. Google says it, Mark. Google's never wrong. Matic hasn't improved, says Mo16. No, Ashley Young on a free kick here. Slides it into Daniel James. Cleverly, not Tom Cleverly, it was cleverly played into Daniel James. And the cross cleared, and it's a corner. As we understand it, this is a weakened Perth Glory team as well. Nick Goal says it's the United kit's looking peng. I don't like the kit, but I know some people do. Corner to United, Andres Pereira on it. So he's actually got a good delivery, but doesn't beat the first man. Our corners are absolute pants. Absolute pants. Kit is disgusting, says RC Power 6. I love the home kit, says Carson Wilson. This is a nice kit. Yeah, this is a nice kit. I mean, the way they've done the badge is fantastic, to be honest with you. Pogba's not playing in the first half, Sharif. We'll see a totally different United team in the second half. So this first half team, Romero, Twansibi, Jones, Young, Delo, Matic, Pereira, Lingard, Chong, Martial, James. None of them will play in the second half. It'll be a different team in the second half. So exciting, really. 45-minute quick blast from one team, 45-minute quick blast from the other. United actually had a training session this morning as well. So it's all about fitness. It's all about building up. So Pogba will play second half. United haven't scored yet. It's still 0-0. Lot of play going down the left-hand side. It's interesting to see what United are trying to do. They're trying to hunt in packs to get the ball back, which is good to see. Chong, Martial, James, they're pressing high up the pitch, which is, again, this was the thing I was most excited to see about United. How are they going to play tactically? And they've won the ball back here with Lingard. He needs to find a pass here. Come on. Bit more speed with that. But we've won the ball back with the press. Yeah, it's Perth Glory. They're not great. But you can only do what's in front of you. And United wanting to press high up the pitch. Ashley Young getting forward here. Give it to Daniel James a lot quicker than that. That could have gone 3 or 4 seconds before Ashley. Now get it in. Matic. Terrible ball. Absolutely crap by Matic. Matic has had a bad first 6 minutes, to be honest. Donkey static Matic. But James looking sharp, says Carson Wilson. Is Shaw playing, says Gary Churchill. No, it was a mistake. He'll play in the second half. Perth are playing a 5-3-2, says Chazzy P. But yeah, I was really intrigued to see United, how they're going to approach this. I like the formation. I don't like the diamonds that we were playing towards the end of the season. So I like to see the fact that we're playing the 4-3-3 or the 4-2-3-1, whatever you want to call it. It's still a better possession. I like the fact that we're pressing the ball higher up the pitch. I what I want to see when we get the ball is move the ball a lot quicker. And there does seem to be that intention to do that. Pereira's pass was a little bit wasteful there, but Matic wins it back. Vishal says United will finish 7th next season. A lovely ball into Daniel James again. He's getting a lot of the ball, Daniel James, at the moment, compared to Chong, who's had very little of the ball. All coming down the left-hand side for United at the moment. Here's Ashley Young. Switches it out to the right, to Delo. Who Me says the top scorer in A-League. Ooh, nice little shot there by Delo. Obviously trying to impress at that right-back position. Cut in on his left on the edge of the box. Smashed it over the bar. 2 shots from Delo then. Bit wild with both, but getting forward well. Who Me says the top scorer in A-League, Andy Keogh, is not playing. Castro, the king player maker for them. Plus, Perth manager has his 2 sons on the bench, 15 years and 16 years. Why are they not playing Who Me? Why would they not want to play against Manchester United in a packed stadium? It doesn't make any sense. It's important that we get rid of Matic, says Cavill Johnson. Exactly. I was really encouraged when we heard in the week that there are teams that want to buy Matic. I just think he's so... I think Ollie knows as well. He is so... Bad pass out on Romero there, trying to pass out from the back. It's a throw-in for Perth Glory. It is so important to have a centre defensive midfielder who is dynamic and quick, and he is none of those things. Right, here's Chong with a chance to run. He's got it lost under his feet there. He's kept possession though. Chong is further forward than Lingard. Chong's playing off the right-hand side. We're just going down the left-hand side a lot. Daniel James is playing very advanced down that left-hand side because they're trying to hurt them with the pace. And that is something that will hurt teams. It's interesting, you know. I mean, Martial's here. Loses it, but we pick it. Do we pick the second ball up with Daniel James? Yes, we do. It'd be nice to create a clear-cut chance here because United have had a lot of the ball. Nice little ball into the box. Pereira doesn't drop for anybody in Perth Glory. Clear. And the foul. Matic is too slow and gives the ball away too much, says God_gaming. Yeah, this is the thing. This is why Manchester United need a centre defensive midfielder who's quick, and when they get the ball, they're quick as well. He's too slow. He's way too slow. And he's a problem for United every game that he plays next season, but I think he will play a lot. But I said this going into the summer, that position, to me, is more significant than the centre-back. I think if United got a decent centre defensive midfielder, we'd see a very different Manchester United. So we're about 10 minutes in. There's a good pace to it, isn't it? Those who are watching, I think there's a good pace to the game so far from United and from Perth Glory, which is good to see. The player you should watch out for is Fornarelli, says Patacat116. Where does he play, mate? I mean, I'm just going to absolutely be ignorant to Perth Glory and say I don't know much about it. Going to get Draughty Devil on at half-time, just to have a little bit of a chat about stuff as well, which would be nice. Most of the team is slow, says Patrick. Look, it is pre-season. I think in pre-season you take the positives and you try to ignore a lot of the negatives if it's to do with passing, distribution and speed. Because they are, pre-season is forgetting, even the first 2 or 3 games of the real season, everyone's not sharp, so they're not going to be totally sharp in pre-season. I think Pereira's a player to keep an eye on. He's done quite well so far, just keeping the ball, moving the ball quickly, something Matic can't do. Lingard's been a little bit quiet so far, but we all know that Lingard's all about bursts of moments, isn't he? Ashley Young, star player so far, says Ashley Young's mum, or hidden behind the name LPHIXDJ. Wilfred Ndidi, says Kyle Robbs 08. I mean, what I would say about Wilfred Ndidi, I don't know what your point is. Wilfred Ndidi and Idrissa Gueye made the most interceptions from midfield in Europe last season. We're never going to get Ndidi, but he'd be absolutely brilliant for United. Idrissa Gueye in that CDM role, I don't really think he's a good signing because it's he's 30, but he's definitely better than Matic. Wilfred Ndidi says Kyle Robb 08. Yeah, I'd love us to sign him. Nearly at 500,000 subscribers. You know what? You had me really excited then. I thought we'd suddenly had a boost of 4,000 subscribers. We are close comparatively, we're close to 500,000 subscribers, of course, because we're on 495, but we're not quite there yet. But please do subscribe if you're new, bottom right hand corner, help us get to 500,000. And if you have subscribed, click that share button. The United Stand, Manchester United biggest independent fan channel, all about the fans. We'll be interviewing fans at the games throughout these pre-season games and throughout the season, whether it's in Baku or wherever we have to go in Europa. We'll always be there interviewing you. We've got call-ins on a Monday night. Live comments always on the shows. We're live every night at 8 o'clock. We've got Transfer Daily in the mornings at 7 a.m. Loads to get involved with. If you are new, you're going to love the channel and the community that we've got here, because everybody's a part of it. So make sure you subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. And Martial's on a run here. Lots of room to move. Was it the right ball? I think it was. Daniel James. Oh, the cutback was there for Lingard. I don't know whether Martial played the right ball there. It looked like a good ball to Daniel James, but I think maybe Chong or Lingard were better placed. But lovely little bit of speed in the attack from Manchester United. Early days, but yeah, lots of speed in the attack, which is great to see. Definitely high pressing as well. A lot more energy to Manchester United. I thought I'd lost my stream there. Strutton says Perth played Chelsea last year and only lost 1-0. Twansebe's getting stuck in there. Foul on the captain. Don't know what his name is because they don't put the names on the back of the shirts for Perth Glory. I'm watching the game on MUTV, Dylan Feeney. So, Twansebe. I'll say how I want. Here's Chong. Loses the ball. I don't think Chong's ready this season, to be honest with you. I don't think Chong is going to be ready. I'd like to see him... probably I'd like to see Chong go on tour. On tour. He is on tour. I'd like to see Heath Chong get a loan move this season, because I don't think he's going to get much first-team football. I think he needs a loan move in a Championship or Premier League team to understand the physicality and pace of first team football. I think, sporadic Carabao Cup games and training with the first team, is that going to bring him on as a player? I like Chong. There's some people who think Chong's just isn't going to be that good, but I think that he has got that potential. But typical pre-season game, I think a lot of people think, oh yeah, we're going to win. Oh, I thought Lingard was late there, but he's played it on. Good to see some tackles being let go by the ref here, and Static Matic has got it. Hot potato, 2-touch, 3-touch, 4, 20-yard pass backwards. Up yours, Matic. That's not what we want to do. That is the problem with Matic in a few seconds there. Gets it on the final third from a good tackle from Lingard. Takes 3 touches and passes it 20 yards back to our own half. I mean, what? That's your CDM. That's your orchestrator. Doing that, he's miles offside. Martial, you're miles offside. Luke V says, I think Chong plays too nervously. Yeah. Couple of gins tonight, Mark, says Patrick Doyle. Yeah, we'll be on the booze tonight. Got a match for United Stand FC tomorrow. I might have a cameo, but I'll certainly be there on the touchline. Pre-season's always difficult, says JBW. Oh, didn't Lampard draw or lose in midweek last week for Chelsea? Angel Gomez will be on in the second half hook. So, yeah, very exciting first and second half. We'll get to see everybody, which is great. Unlike a league game where you might have Chong or Gomez on the bench and then they don't get used. We'll be seeing Greenwood, Chong, Pogba, second half. The second half team's probably a little bit more exciting than the first team because it hasn't got Jones, Young and Matic in it in the second half team. Eric Angel says Ollie doesn't look happy. I thought he did look happy, to be honest. Sarah 1236 sex. No, it doesn't say sex, and it's Saren, not Sarah. Says it's so obvious what we need. Yeah, we need a CDM, a centre back, and 2 midfielders. King says it's the same old United. I'm not impressed. Well, we've not created a clear-cut chance in 20 minutes, have we? We've had a couple of speculative shots from Delo. We've had a lot of the ball. But if you think about... And look, I don't like comparing us to Man City and Liverpool because, you know, people say you're obsessed. But at the end of the day, they are our rivals. And Man City and Liverpool, when they're rocking, they create chance after chance after chance. We don't create loads of chances. And I think that's something that we need to definitely improve on. Here's Chong. Nice ball into James. Overlap. Oh, there was an overlap there. He didn't make it, but he's won it back. That's a foul on Daniel James. It's late as well. And where's the next United Stand FC match going to be? This is Aiden Siladari. Tomorrow we're playing at midday it's a midday kickoff at Finchley Power League in North London. So I haven't put it out there because you never know whether these things are going to get cancelled last minute and we need to get into a bit more of a routine. But that's when it's scheduled to be played tomorrow. Lindelof, Bailly and Lukaku not playing, the legends. They're not even on the bench today. I don't know why, but there you go. We're moving very fast towards 496,000 subscribers. So just keep subscribing, keep sharing the video. On that road to 500,000 subscribers. Let's get there ASAP. So yeah, bottom right hand corner to subscribe. And if you have subscribed, click the share button underneath and help us on that journey. The United Stand Army, we've got the champagne on ice. But Ashley Young's about to take a free kick here and redeem himself. Remember when he used to be able to take free kicks? Here it goes. Ashley Young, he's milking this. Just take it. Up and over the wall. Oh, I thought it was in. It hit the side netting. Oh, he was there ready then. He was going to pull off his shirt and say, up yours, Goldbridge. But it didn't quite happen. It hit the side netting. Good free kick. He has got a good free kick on him, actually. Keeper had it covered anyway. Mini Morner. Haven't seen you for a while. He says, Chung is used to under 18s, expecting easy passes, moving around with no real impact, expecting the ball to come to him. Kind of reminds me of Alexis Sanchez. Yeah, look, the step up from youth football to high-end football is big. But he's getting more of the ball now, Chung. And he's giving it away a little bit as well. Right. Ref's good. Ref's very good. He's letting a lot of free kicks go that would be given by a softer referee. Daniel James. Pereira. Lots of players behind the ball for Perth. Young. Down the left-hand side. Can't cross off his left, so has to go back to his right. This is the brilliance of having a right-footed left-back. And Martial gives it away, but wins it back. Well won back by Lingard, showing... You see, Lingard, pre-season Lingard, is good Lingard. Except the Matic swap deal, says Flames ZZ5. Well, yeah, Nainggolan can't be any worse, can he? Strange Fiction says this is going to finish 0-0. Who's playing behind Martial? So, Lingard's playing off Martial a lot. It's basically a 4-3-3. It's becoming a 4-2-3-1 at times. But when we're on the attack, Matic sits on his own, and then you've basically got Delo playing very high forward on the right hand side. Chong's tucking in next to Martial. Lingard's playing close to Martial. Pereira's made a run here, but he ain't going to get in. He is going to get in. Oh, lovely little ball by Ashley Young over the back. The centre-back misjudges it and Pereira gets a chance. And again, it's another shot from United that's wild and over the bar. But it was a decent ball in there from Ashley Young. You know what? To be fair to Ashley Young, as long as he's the backup fullback, I haven't got a problem. If he's starting games, I got a problem. You know, it's got to be Luke Shaw and Wan-Bissaka. Man United Boy Thor 13 says, is Lindelof given a day off or is there anything to do with the Barca rumours? I tell you what, it's a very good point and I hope you're wrong about the Barcelona rumours. Welcome to Trevor Williams, the latest member of the United Stand Members Club. I hope you're doing very well. Remember, you can join the United Stand Members Club by clicking the join button. When you do join, you get a little badge next to your name and you get access to the emojis. James is injured, says Spencer Rizzi. He's gone down clutching his ankle. Lukaku's on his phone with Tony Grant. Yeah. He ain't playing today, Lukaku. Is that because we're trying to sell him? Maybe it is. How's Twansibi playing, says Anthony Mahana. He's doing alright. He's doing alright, Twansibi. I think Twansibi could be a really good player for United, but he's not the centre-back that we need to buy. You know, we've got to buy a centre-back, United have. What I'd like to see happen with United is I'd like our centre-backs to be Twansibi, Lindelof, Harry Maguire and Smalling, our 4 centre-backs. That's what I'd like to see. I'd like to get rid of Jones, Rojo. I mean, Eric Bailly's another one. Not involved today. Is it because he's carrying another injury? I mean, Eric Bailly could have been a really good player, but he's injured a lot. That's a wasteful ball by Lingard there. It was good play, build-up play by United, but just not quite sharp as it needed to be. Singing in the classes, music for the masses. Get no head, no backstage passes. Classic Robbie Williams. Dan James has been in the game a lot. Stian Isaacson. So, yeah, you know what? We're at that point halfway through the first half. Let's have a little bit of a talk on the team. So Romero has had nothing to do. Delo's got forward well, but defensively not had anything to do. Twansibi and Jones, steady. Twansibi's done well. Come and bring the ball out from the back. Jones, not really had a lot to do. Ashley Young's got forward well. You know, he really has got forward well, Ashley Young, to be fair. And Matic, just not the centre defensive midfielder we need. He's just too slow and he's just got no flair about him. He's got no creativity about him. He's a passenger, really. Which you don't want from your CDM. I mean, here he is again. He's 5 touches here. At least he finds a pass forward. Daniel James looks exciting. A little bit rusty, which you'd expect in pre-season. Likes the ball, wants the ball. Chong, a little bit rusty, but again, wants the ball. And Martial's been a bit quiet, but I mean, he's playing up front in a team that's not created any chances yet. So, not a bad start. I've mentioned Lingard's looked lively. Yeah, I mean, I said that before the game. Lingard in pre-season always does well because he's got a very, very good natural fitness. So he always stands out as a good player. Dake Riley says that Eric Bay's still probably injured. That's why he wasn't part of the AFCON. Wan-Bissaka's not on the pitch yet, so we'll see a totally different second half team from United. I don't wanna run. Let's have a little banter here with at United Capital, which is at UTD Capital, is a new account that's growing. There's your shout out, mate. I did banter you before, so it's only fair that I give you one. Mini Morner, I'd loan Chong to an EFL Championship team, get his physicals up and used to playing with men. Wouldn't get games in a Prem, I don't think. Yeah, I agree with that. I do agree with that. I do think he needs... I think him and maybe Gomez is in that similar situation as well, to be honest with you. But it's good, it's good that they're on the tour. De Gea will play second half, I think, yeah, because Phil and Grant's is... he's not... I mean, he's got to give game time to everybody, so he might not play De Gea today. He might play Pereira. Lindelof's not playing due to a minor groin injury, says Michael Pedley. Well, here's Daniel James. Not a good delivery. Lingard into Martial. Oh, he got a shot away from nowhere. Well done, Martial, there. That's what we want to see. Get Martial on the ball in the box. Got a shot away from nowhere. Tight in the box. 2 players on him. And finds a shot through the defender's legs. Quality. A quality action by Anthony Martial. We've just hit 496,000 subscribers. Thanks everyone who is subscribing. Keep doing it. Bottom right hand corner. Keep sharing the video. Remember the United Stand live we've got content for you every day. Every night at 8 o'clock we're live. We've got fan cams going up after the game. We've got Flex asking the fans over there, not just about this game, but more about transfers, their thoughts on the season ahead, Pogba, all that stuff. So interesting to see the global fans because that's what we're all about when we're at the games. Transfer Daily, any transfer news will go live. Got call-ins on a Monday night. We're trying to get more than one call-in going actually because there's so many good calls coming in. So yeah, get involved. Martial was nearly in there. Davey Fisher saying that Daniel James has started off really well. Young is playing well, says Lucas Stubbs. Thoughts on the away kit, says Alex Turley. I don't like it, but there we go. I'm watching on MUTV. Perth Glory, first attack there, and Phil Jones makes a recovery tackle. He's even doing 1-2s out the box. That's how confident they are against Perth Glory. They're passing it out from the back. Good. Oh, Matic is even doing backward. Bloody hell. I tell you what, play that back. Phil Jones, Ashley Young and Matic flicks and playing it out from their own half. That's how bad Perth Glory are. Good afternoon, Mark. Any chance of another Football Manager season, says Jacko. It's on the agenda. Sort of in between. I've just finished my FIFA career season, and I don't know whether to play pro clubs, do another Football Manager, or do the third season on FIFA. I sort of want to. I'm not satisfied with my FIFA career mode. I've won the league both seasons on Legendary, but I want to win the Champions League. And what I'm like is I can't just walk away from something when I've not achieved what I want to achieve. So maybe that's coming in next. Colm 123 with an interesting stat. Please do throw your stats in. He says that Daniel James has been fouled 6 times in 23 minutes. Goal! Oh, what a save. Lingard there. I thought that was it. I've predicted Lingard's going to have a good pre-season because he's always sharp on the tour. He's always sharp in pre-season. He gets it here on the edge of the box. Good tackle by Pereira. Comes to Lingard. Skips past one. And I tell you what, that would have been very reminiscent of Messi Lingard days. Lovely shot. Curls it towards the top corner. Keeper makes a very, very good save. Good bit of play there from Lingard. Corner. And that's good to see as well. Pereira's corner hanging it up and Twansibi getting up there and winning a header but heading it wide. I mean, it's not very often that you see Manchester United doing that sort of thing. So good play by Lingard here. Always sharp on the tour. Actually, it wasn't as close to the top corner it needed to be. It was quite close to the keeper, wasn't it? But still a good bit of play. Kudos says, am I the only one hoping Matic gets injured? Oh, come on. You can't wish injury on your own players. But yeah, a good point about Daniel James there. If he's going to get fouled a lot of free kicks, this is why it's important that we get a centre-back who's dominant in the air and somebody who can deliver a decent ball into the box, because United have just been very bad at set pieces for a long time, and we're obviously going to get a lot of free kicks. I don't think we're creating enough chances. That's the only thing I would say from this. And it's very hard to be, ultra critical about a pre-season game, especially a first pre-season game. But I think United have not created enough chances as they should have done for the opposition that they're playing, if that makes sense. Christopher Berry giving Axel Twansibi a shout out, or Twansebi. Yep, he's done well. He has done well. I think our team is probably starting to tire a little bit now, to be honest with you. Which you would expect. A good half an hour. It's been a very fast-paced game. It's been a good workout for Manchester United thus far. This is why we need Bruno Fernandes. Well, look, if you put Harry Maguire in this team and you put Bruno Fernandes in this team, you get something that we don't currently have at United at the moment, do you? So, look, what I would say is tomorrow morning on the United stand, make sure you're subscribed. But if you are subscribed, make sure you're clicking your bell to get your notifications on, because tomorrow morning we've got a cracking video. I've already watched it. Flex interviewing Simon Peach, who is the Tier 1 journalist, close to Manchester United, very, very credible. We got hold of him on the tour. We've asked him about transfers. We got him to rank out of 10 how likely people like Bruno Fernandes and Harry Maguire were to come to Manchester United. And very, very, very interesting interview with him, and really looking forward to putting it up for you lot. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you're watching that tomorrow morning, because it's very, very, very good. to speak to somebody who's tier 1. If people don't understand what tier 1 means, there's this thing that's been floating around for quite a while amongst football fans, really, which is, especially in the transfer windows, where you get news coming in from certain journalists or certain outlets, and they've basically, somebody took the time, or a few people have done it really, have taken the time to rank these journalists, and you put them into tier. So if they're tier 5, it's like the Metro, not very reliable. A tier 3, sometimes reliable but a lot unreliable. Tier 1, very reliable, and that is what we have got on the show for you tomorrow morning, Sunday morning. Don't forget Sunday supplement. This is the proper thing. Very good interview talking about specifics that you want to know. None of this arty-farty crap about, a little snippet of a good topic and then the rest is crap. Every topic we asked him about is good. Will Solskjaer be successful? What's going on at Manchester United? Why are the transfers taking so long? Who's likely to come? Who's likely to go? Really, really good. Really good. And we've got a few people in who don't support Manchester United. You're all very welcome. You're very, very welcome. Got 14,000 people watching, which is fantastic. Remember, we'll be doing this for every game throughout the season. So get involved with the channel. Great to have everybody here for a pre-season game. Just shows you, look at this game out in Perth. Absolutely packed out. This is the sort of thing the Glazers and Woodward should be looking at. That's a bad foul on Chong. This is the sort of thing they should be looking at. Look at the support base Manchester United still have. Look at the amount of people watching this stream. United are big news. We're big news, but we're not big news on the football pitch. We're the 6th best club in England. We're in the Europa League. And at the moment, nobody knows when we're going to move back up. Could we even drop down further? And this is all dictated to by the bad decisions of the board. They need to start realising that this huge support that we've got, it won't stay there if the club don't start being successful. It is still 0-0, Perker HD. I think United have gone a little bit tired in the last 5 minutes. Duggan says, Mark, the academy boys can do well. They need to spend more time in the gym to get stronger. I think a loan to the Championship would kill Chong. Well, I think he needs it, mate. I do think he needs it, to be honest. I think, I look at Andreas Pereira, and I think Pereira spent too many years just training with the first team. I think Pereira developed as a player when he went out on loan to Spain. And I think that these players, they need to play first team football for a team, and they're not going to walk into a United team. Of course they're not. So if you're not going to do that, get into the United, go and get some first team football anyway. I missed the pink away kit. This one sucks, says Robran. I think that they changed kits too soon. I really liked that navy blue kit last season. It's gone now. I didn't like the home kit, but I don't like the way we change all 3 kits every year. It's not long enough. I've got t-shirts that I really like that I'll wear for 5-6 years. But with the United kit, I like this kit, but in a year's time I won't really be able to wear it, will I? Because, they become redundant. Aaron Lafon says loan Chon to Swansea. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. Hooks Two-Face says Matic couldn't dunk a duck in a bath. He's so slow. He is static. Static. Johnny Huey says 6 times. Don't know what he's talking about. A draw in the first half, says Aswan Philip. Look, if I wanted to be really critical about this, we'll get Jim Silverbridge on in a minute because he's Mr. Positive. I'm Mr. Realistic. If I wanted to be real about this, I would say we haven't created enough chances in this game. Good speed by Chong, keeps it in, throw in. We haven't created enough chances. But this is, what I have liked is the intensity, the press, the speed in the final third. What I haven't liked is that is not represented by Matic, who's too slow at moving the ball at times. And the creativity. But that could come. We're going to have to work on that. We don't create enough chances. Not everything's going to come easy. And also, let's not forget, Perth Glory have got a back 5 and then a 5 in front as well. So they are putting a lot of players behind the ball. And United's job is to try and break them down. I mean, Perth Glory are not going to create chances because they're not anywhere near playing that way, that brand of football. Daniel James has gone a little bit quiet. So the United subs are starting to warm up now because obviously they're all going to come on in the second half. So you're going to see Pogba, Mason Greenwood, Angel Gomez, Wan-Bissaka. Who else we can see? Rashford. Luke Shaw. Good run here by Chong. Go on, Chongi. Oh, penalty. Yeah. Oh, bog off. What a good run by Chong. That looked like a penalty to me. Let's play that back. Have we got any VAR? Do they have VAR down under? That looked like a pen to me. Good run by Chong. Stonewaller for me, but I haven't seen it back. And I don't know whether they're going to show a replay. They should show a replay. I thought it was a Stonewall penalty. You know. I know we've only seen it once, but from where he was going and the way the tackle came in, it's got to be a penalty. As I said there, the ref has let a lot go, which in some ways has been very good, but in other ways it's been a little bit. Well, it was a penalty. I felt nice little bit of play there, United. I think United need to do more of that though. Run at them a little bit and do these little 2-3 yard passes. Move the ball quicker because they're so well organised, Perth. But if you get in at them and move the ball a bit quicker, that's going to cause them problems. I think United have figured that out a little bit late in this half, that they need to move the ball around a little bit quicker. Draughty says, come on you guys, we can hit 500,000 subscribers today. Well, we could do. Keep subscribing if you're new, bottom right hand corner. And keep sharing it if you are watching. Share underneath the video, Twitter and Facebook. United around that penalty box again. Pereira, get it wide. Cross has got to come in first time there, Delo. First time, don't hang it up. And Ashley Young just kicks it thin air. I think you've got to get that in a little bit quicker. Of course, McTominay will be on in the second half as well. Phil Jones has been turned like a pancake. Can he get back? He does get back. Well done, Phil. Well done, Sir Philip. God, that Perth Glory striker must be slow. Phil Jones is catching you up. You got to be slow, boy. You're slower than a corpse. You're slower than a constipated corpse, boy. If Phil Jones is catching you up, you are slow. You are so slow. You are slow. You are in reverse. You are slow. Mark, I'm a United fan, but I enjoy following what's... Oh, I'm not a United fan, says Warmer Gaming, but I enjoy following what's going on in football. The United stand is my choice for United news. No bullshit or sugarcoating here. You figured out the channel perfectly well there. Couldn't put it better. Young is playing at left back, Monis Sada. So we're 6 minutes away from first half. I've got to say, I'm excited. I'm very pleased that we're going to see a different 11 in the second half, because I'd be a little bit bored of watching that same 11 in the second half. It's unfortunate for some players because you play in the team that Ollie picks, and if I was Chong or James or Pereira or Martial, if I was Martial, I would want to be playing in the second half, because I'd want to be playing with McTominay and Pogba in the midfield rather than Lingard and Matic and Pereira in the midfield, because he'll get a lot quicker ball. Basically, Matic is the problem in that, to be fair. It's not fair to have a moan at Lingard and Pereira, but the ball will move a lot quicker with Matic not in the team. So I'm looking forward to seeing the second half team. You know what? I don't know what it is. I always love the tour. I love the watch-alongs on the tour. I just love it. And I thought it was because I was getting up in the early hours because it's in America, but this is midday, and I love it. I love the tour. I love the pre-season. It's escapism, isn't it? It gets you closer to the proper football in the real season, and it makes you not be so obsessed about transfers because you can watch what it's all about, which is football. Here we go. Mel Bob says the negativity is rife with Manchester United now. No players want to come and every good player wants to leave. All the fans really are going to go not watch or follow. 6 years, still no change. Paul Conley says you can't score against Perth. Ha ha ha. Oh, God. If that's what gets you motivated on a Saturday to try and take the piss out of United because they haven't scored against Perth in a meaningless pre-season friendly, the obsession is real. You know, I like winding Arsenal up, but I'd never look at what their pre-season games are and say anything. It's pre-season. United, this United team looks tired now anyway. You can tell it's their first pre-season game. Oh, poor by. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, well, you should have been passing that to Martial, Chong. When United have moved the ball quickly, then we've caused them problems. We just haven't done that enough. You know, instead of taking a touch, just ping it in. Like, Chong's very 50-50, isn't he? Some what he does is good, some he just gives the ball away. Lindelof is carrying it in. Oh, Martial. Don't know what was going on there. Here he is, Martial in the box again. Look how many players. Perth Glory have got 7, 8 players in their own penalty box here. You need to have a shot from distance. Young. Chong and Daniel James have swapped at the moment. Daniel James has gone to the right. Come on, quick. Move the ball, quick. Oh, God, Matic. Get rid of it. Young. See, we're taking too many touches now. Young's giving a bad ball away there. Perth Glory trying to get out their own half, which is something they've not really done. Lingard's done really well there. Quick! Pass the ball quick! Daniel James is going to make a run here. It's a little bit rusty from United. 43 minutes. 43 minutes. I think when United have moved the ball quickly, it's worked well. So, I think it's going to end 0-0. This half is going to end 0-0 anyway. By the looks of it. Not enough chances created for United. I mean, look, not the end of the world either, let's be honest. But probably not enough chances created for the quality we've got. But let's be honest, they have parked the bus a lot as well. Leeds, Inter Milan and Spurs are our next 3 games. United just coming forward. Can they get one last chance in here? Martial. Ooh, good shot. Just gone wide. So we are just about approaching half time. Corner for United. Can we get one just before half time here? Pereira's looking to whip it in. Gets it in. They get it out. Chong. Heavy first touch. Jones. Philip. Oh, he's got skills. He's fell over. He's fell over. And Perth Glory will clear it. Poor old Phil.
Oh.
Hello, mate. You alright?
How's it going, man?
Good. I'm just waiting to see if everyone else can hear you because we haven't ran a test on this, so I can hear you, but they may not be able to hear you. So we'll see how that goes. But Phil Jones just fell on his arse. What are your thoughts on the first half?
We're still 0-0. It's just Perth. So I don't know. It seems to be like they're doing all right at the moment. First game of the season, you can't really complain, really. I mean, everyone's just getting up to match fitness, so don't expect tiki-taka Barcelona style football.
No, I've been impressed with Daniel James. I thought he started off well. I just think United looked tired in the last 15 minutes, and you'd expect that from a first pre-season game. And let's see what the second half's got to do. The only negative I would have is Nemanja Matic I feel sorry for some of the players on the pitch, like the Martials and that, because the ball's just not moved quick enough. And I think he was a problem from last season, and he's still a problem in that CDM position. You need somebody who's just a little bit quicker at moving the ball.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I just think Matic is just there at the moment just to shore things up at the back. I don't think he's there to particularly move the ball quickly or anything like that. So, again, they could have played McTominay there, but they're not going to do that right now, are they? So I think at the moment, Ollie's just getting in players to get some game time. And again, it is just pre-season, so I'm not going to complain at the moment. From what I've I've only seen bits and pieces, but Daniel James seems to be right on the money at the moment.
Cool, everybody can hear you as well. I am going to pop off for a quick toilet break in a minute, but I'll give you a few minutes to settle in, if that's okay. So we are at 0-0 at half-time. I'm just going to stop the clock there. And look, as I said, somebody said, I don't know much about Perth Glory, and somebody said to me before the game, United will probably win it 2-1. Perth Glory are not as bad as you think. What Perth Glory are is a part of the bus team. I mean, at times they've had 9 people in their own box, and I think United don't create enough chances and didn't create enough chances in that game. But I did like the fact that we pressed high up the pitch. I like the speed, and we're playing a team that basically would love to get a draw. So it doesn't matter if they do get a draw, and we're going to see a different team in the second half. Midfield, Pereira, Matic and Lingard, that's your engine room. There's different issues with that. Front three, Chong gave the ball away a lot, did some good bits, did some bad bits. Daniel James started off well, faded in the second half of the first half. And Martial didn't really get much service in the defence. Delo got forward okay, Young got forward okay. Jones, Twansibi, nothing to do defensively, but did okay on the ball themselves. Romero had nothing to do. So you don't learn anything from that. I agree with you, Draughty. It's just about getting minutes into the legs. And we move on to that second half team, which, I like the tour because you do. I said that in the first half. If Chong's on the bench, he might not get used in a league game. But today, we know we're going to see Gomez for 45 minutes. We're going to see Greenwood for 45 minutes. Pogba's going to come on, sure. McTominay might get a run out in the CDM position, like you said. Getting a little bit of a glimpse of Rashford. I think the second half team will probably get a couple of goals because I imagine Perth Glory will do the same. And it's going to go up a level. Leeds will be very competitive. Inter Milan and Spurs are going to be competitive. So it's a good game to get in. And as Jesse Mullet says, it's not a bad half. I don't think it's just not the game to start being critical unless you're being critical about something that's always been a problem. And for me, Matic has always been a problem, and I still think he is.
I mean, as I said earlier, the funny thing is people really shouldn't take me very seriously on Twitter. I think the whole Jones and Young starting thing, everyone was in meltdown. At the end of the day, it's just the first half of the first game of pre-season.
Yeah.
So to have Young, Matic and Jones all start, fine. It's not great, but at the same time, James is making his debut. Chong's making his first actual start. Delo's been given a shot at right back. Twanzebe starting is brilliant. Lingard's actually playing in his preferred position as an attacking midfielder, and Martial is in the number 9 position when he joined. And the other thing is Lukaku's nowhere to be seen because clearly he's going to be sold. So I think we're going to look forward to the second half. Hopefully Aaron Wan-Bissaka is going to get a run out and we'll get to see him for the first time. I'm assuming he's going to swap Romero for De Gea.
It could be Pereira.
Again.
Could bring Pereira on. Joel Pereira's got to have a game time at some time, and I suppose Phil and Grant's got to have a game at some time. So, he might just keep De Gea back for the more significant games. I don't know.
It might do. I just think, it's one of those games where actually it's a bit more like a training exercise. The players are just getting used to coming back from pre-season. They need to get their passing together, the little triangles they want to work with, go down the channels. To be honest with you, at the moment, it's, we haven't penetrated the goal really. Obviously, we had that near penalty decision, but there's no VAR, so you can't go back to it. I don't see anything wrong with it at the moment. I just think the second half is going to be a lot more exciting, and I'm hoping that Ollie's going to, tweak it a little bit, bring on the better players, and then hopefully we'll see some more exciting football. And then, with that, there'll be a bit of confidence going into the Leeds game, and that's where it really kicks off.
Definitely. We're going to talk about transfers in a minute, and I'll give you like a minute or two to have your thoughts on transfers while I do take a toilet break. But I'm not going to go too mad on that half because obviously it is only pre-season. We're looking forward to the second half. Let's see what. I think what I wanted to talk about was more about the younger players because I think before the game started, I was saying that the worst thing that could come out of this game is that everyone starts going, we don't need a centre back. We've got Twansibi. I like Twansibi. Very hard to judge him on that. I'll stick to what I saw from and I've heard about him for Villa where he had a good season, but I don't care how good Twansibi is or Lindelof or even if Jones has a second coming, whatever. The point of the centre-back signing for me is not about any player that we've got. It's about bringing a centre-back in that we don't have. It's that ability in the air, the leadership. That's what we miss, and nobody can come in and fill that void. So we've got to sign a centre back as far as I'm concerned, and I would like to see Twansibi going on loan. The Chong, the same thing. I think I've seen Chong a lot. I like Chong, but he gave the ball away a lot in that half, and he did some good bits. I think he's a player that's nowhere near ready to be a first teamer next season. Probably not even the bench. He again is a player I think needs to go on loan. Who else was from you? And then second half we're looking at Gomez and Greenwood, and I think Greenwood, yes, I think I'm highly suspicious, like a lot of people, that he actually is ready and probably could even be starting next season. And Gomez, I think, we're going to be looking at him a bit like Chong. Really, is he really ready to be part of the first team setup, or is he another player that maybe we need to be looking to loan out? Because I think if Chong and Gomez aren't quite ready yet, but we keep them at the club, they lose another year. I'm not a big fan of training with the first team and getting the few minutes here and there. I'd rather they were on loan at a Swansea, playing competitively in a league that's gonna, make or break them.
The thing is with Chong, he's actually 20 in December.
Yeah.
So he's not exactly, a young up-and-coming 17, 18-year-old. This is the age where Rashford was already really starting for United. So it's make or break for Chong this season, I kind of feel, because then if it goes into next season, it's another year down the line, he'll be nearly 21.
Yeah. And
again, it's a wasted year of development. So I just think at the moment, also Gomez is 19 in October, I think. Again, it really should be his opportunity to be playing. So I kind of think at the moment that United really, really do need to focus on giving some of these guys some game time on the tour, and then coming back and seeing if they're going to be in his first team plans for the new season. So I'm guessing you've gone on a toilet break.
No,
because I can't actually sit.
No, I'm still here. I'll tell you when I'm going to go. So M3 says, has Lukaku been training Martial on first touches? I'll just round up some of the live comments before I do that. Here we go. This is from Just Kicks 07. He says, I'm not trying to be the negative person, but seeing Young on set pieces really angers me. I know it's pre-season, but gosh, Matic needs to be on the bench. I mean, look, on Ashley Young, I think it's very easy to be critical of Ashley Young and Phil Jones. Ridiculously easy to be critical of those two players, to be honest with you. They're simply not good enough. But if Ashley Young's going to be a backup fullback, I ain't got a problem. The problem comes if against Chelsea he is starting games for Manchester United. That's what I would say about that draw team. I mean, it's abundantly clear to me that Wan-Bissaka should be right back and Luke Shaw should be left back. So Ashley Young should be on the bench. If he starts games next season, to me, and I've got to be consistent, I said this in May, if Ashley Young is starting games next season, that to me is where I start to really question Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as a manager, because there's just no logic to that. So I'm just going to work on the assumption that, look, it's pre-season, he's just giving him game time, but when the real football starts, he won't be in the starting 11. So again, it's another thing for August to judge, not now.
Yeah, I think with Ashley Young, he's just turned 34. You've got Wan-Bissaka, who's 21, Deleu's 20, nearly 21. I think Deleu's 20 anyway.
I think he is 20.
So at the end, the thing is, if there's an injury to either one of those two, you need a backup right back anyway. And the thing is, with Ashley Young, he can play on the right and the left. So even if Shaw gets injured, then obviously, Young can fill in on the left. Deleu can even fill in on the left. And you cannot get rid of everyone who's got experience, because regardless of what your opinion is of Ashley Young, he has been at the club for over 10 years now. So, 8 years, isn't it? Something like that. I think he hasn't been here 10 years. But Ashley Young, he's one of the elder statesmen of the club now, like it or not. And the thing is, you can't get rid of loads of experience, because you do need some people who know the club inside out, how it works. He is an English player as well, Manchester United, long-serving servant of the club. So I don't have a problem with him staying. He shouldn't be starting next season, that's for sure.
No,
I think it's a bit like the Valencia season last year, when Valencia was staying on, but he didn't really get any game time, but he was club captain. I kind of feel it's going to be that way for Ashley Young this season.
Hader Hammond says, shout out to the boys at Hader's house watching the game in Thomastown, Australia. We've got a lot of Australians watching, which is great, and the tour's in there. Right, I'm just going to go and quickly take my couple of minute toilet break. So Dory's going to just give his thoughts on transfers and where we're at the moment. I don't know what he's going to say because I don't know what he's thinking about transfers at the moment. So you can get in that conversation. What I would say is we've got nearly 16,000 people watching. We're going to obviously stay live until full time, and then we've got match reaction fan cams. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. Bottom right hand corner, and if you have subscribed, keep clicking the share button. I'll just pop to the toilet. I'll be back in a minute, and I'll leave you to Geordie to talk to you about transfers.
Right, everyone, this is the first time that I've really had control of the show, so we could take it anywhere. Should we talk about pizza? No, I'm joking. So, transfers. Now, obviously, Mark was talking about Bruno Fernandes back in March. He was given it by a very good source who he trusts. And I think at the moment, we kind of feel like Bruno Fernandes is still the top priority for the club, along with Harry Maguire. Now, we don't know what's going on with these transfers at the moment. Obviously, the papers are giving out loads of speculation. Hopefully, sounds like a baby in the background. I think with United at the moment, getting Harry Maguire in is probably the best thing the club could do right now. If you look at the centre-back situation, we are pretty much, if we lose Lindelof, we're down to Smalling, Jones, and that's not a good situation for anyone. Anyway, let's have a look at what you guys are saying in the comments. So we've got Infinite Reigns. Over half of Perth's team is injured, which means they have their second team on, and we can't even score against them. I mean, come on. I mean, it is pre-season, so let's not go into meltdown mode just yet. The guys, it's going to be a different team in the second half, so we need to be positive about this right now. Here we have Alan Binav Ramesh. Nice Drulty. I don't think that's the right pronunciation. I think I was trying to go for some kind of Irish accent there. Pretty crap. Baby in the background. That's right. Rovin Corral. There's a baby in the background. That's Mark's baby. He didn't have the baby because obviously men can't have babies. But, I mean, no, to be fair, there's probably some men that can, but they've probably had a change at some point. Anyway, I'm digressing. There's a few people. Lamba Lolo. Your mouth looks to put your face to sleep. Yeah, okay, mate. Well, we're just going to time you out. Well done, mate. So, everyone, we've got 496,444 subscribers at the moment. Obviously, we're trying to hit 500,000 subscribers. Social experiment here. There's 15,400 of you watching right now. And I'm guessing there's quite a few that are not subscribed yet. If all of you hit the subscribe button right now who aren't subscribed, and I guess there's a few thousand of you, that number is going to shoot up. So if everyone could just hit it right now, we can fire up and try and get a little bit more towards 500,000. Every little helps, although I'm not trying to advertise Tesco. Let me just say that right now.
I'm back.
Oh, you're back. Sorry, I was just rambling.
No, it's all right. It's a shame I missed you about what you said about transfers because I must just say I've got to shout this out. We have interviewed Simon Peach on the tour. Flex did it yesterday, so that's going up tomorrow morning. I watched it this morning. I would have put it up this morning. I'm not holding it back for any other reason other than it's match day and nobody, we're doing watch-alongs and fan cams, so it's going up tomorrow morning. Very interesting what he had to say about transfers, considering Simon Peach is tier 1 journalist, which means that he's very, very credible and thought very highly of by those who are obsessed with transfers. If he says something, people really do tend to take notice. We got him to rank people like Harry Maguire and Bruno Fernandes out of 10 on their likelihood of coming to United. Some very interesting scores he gave those. I don't know whether people will be happy or sad about some of those, but yeah, tomorrow morning that's going up. Also talking about transfers in general, why United haven't spent, what's going on, what he thinks is going to happen, who he thinks is going to come in. Not necessarily the players, but the positions that we're looking at. I mean, what I can give you as a spoiler, it's very hard. I said he was asked why he hasn't started tweeting about players, and he said because it's very difficult to know who United are after because they're in for so many different players, which gives you a little bit of hint about what's going on at United. But that's tomorrow morning. Al B says it flushed on the first yank. I love this house. Brilliant, classic. High five. If nobody will get that. If you do, you're in the club. And Norwegian Collector says, I don't think anyone below 4th this season is acceptable. Arsenal is bigger mess than us and Chelsea can't buy players. We need to be showing improvement and build on that season after season. Yeah, definitely. I mean, to be on that door, it's very, very difficult to sort of, this is basically baby steps today and everyone knows that. You cannot even if we'd bought all the players we needed to, you couldn't predict what our starting 11 was going to be. But I think the point is that with United at the moment, there's so much uncertainty. There is, I believe, there's at least 2 more players to come in, and we don't know who's going out the door yet. So we're so considering we're 4 weeks tomorrow. 4 weeks tomorrow we play Chelsea. Bloody hell, it's tough.
Going quick. It is going quick. I think the problem is at the moment that United are in a position probably where everyone thinks they need to sell. Lukaku looks like he's going to be on his way out anyway, doesn't he? So it's kind of, if that's 70, 75 million coming into the club, then yes, you can probably go out and spend 75 million on Maguire if you have to, even 90. I think at the moment the club really can't be bartering on defenders. We're going to need someone who's Premier League proven, and Harry Maguire is just that. And also he's the right age with the right experience at the top level in international football. For me, he should be priority signing number 1. You put Maguire next to Lindelof next season, all of a sudden it looks a lot more stable, especially with Aaron Wan-Bissaka on the right hand side. But as I was saying when you were on your toilet break, I just briefly mentioned, because I didn't talk about transfers too much, but I was basically saying, Bruno Fernandes you spoke about since March, and I think me and you have both agreed that it's those 2 that we think United are focusing on at the moment. Now, whether Pogba goes or not, we don't know. He could be forced to stay, in which case you're going to have an unhappy player on your hands next season. Hopefully he's professional enough to put in the good performances. But if Pogba does go, who do you replace him with? And obviously people are talking about Serge Milinkovic-Savic, but have Man United actually got the infrastructure in place to pull off 3 kind of big deals? And they will all be big deals in the amount of time remaining. I don't know what your thoughts are on it.
I think time is a big thing. In our league, the team's about to come out for the second half. I'll run through that team for you, but Wan-Bissaka and Paul Pogba are on it at the moment. But I'll tell you what, can you pop? Are you about to pop on for sort of like the last 10 minutes?
I should be. Yeah.
And we'll pick that up from there. But we're about to kick off second half, and that gives me a bit of time to pick up on it.
Fine, go for it.
All right, mate. So we're second half. We'll get Draughty on for the last 10 minutes of the half, and then we'll pick up on that transfer chat. Cheers, pal, and I'll pop back in about half an hour then.
All right, Theo. Speak to you in a bit.
Speak to you in a bit, mate. You can follow Draughty on Twitter at the Draughty Devil. He's got loads of followers on Twitter, actually. He does get some good information. He was the person who told me at 10:30 on the Saturday morning that Wan-Bissaka was going to be announced at midday. So there you go. You should give him a follow on Twitter at the Draughty Devil. But we have kicked off for the second half. So let me sort this team out. So Rojo and Smalling are centre backs. Luke Shaw left back. Wan-Bissaka right back. McTominay looks like he's playing in the Matic role. We got Angel Gomez here. Mata. Pogba. I think it's Greenwood and Rashford. So we'll get that team sorted out. But I think Greenwood's playing off the right, Rashford through the middle. Yeah, so Gomez is playing on the left, Greenwood on the right, Mata is a 10, Pogba and McTominay as a midfield 2, Rashford up front. So this does look a little bit more look like the 4-2-3-1. Rojo and Smalling centre backs, Wan-Bissaka is right back, and the goalkeeper, I think it's Joel Pereira. Yeah, Joel Pereira's in goal. So no De Gea second half. Oh no, it looks like we might be playing a diamond actually. Yeah, playing a diamond second half, I think, with Greenwood in a 2 up front with Rashford and then Gomez. Yeah. Mark would like to see Garner in midfield. Concerned about Lindelof. Great show as always, says Matt Rush. It looks like Lindelof's carrying an injury. United on the attack here. Pogba shoots and shoots wide. Okay. He's going to Barcelona, says Kyle Wilson. Nothing like a bit of negativity. So second half, lots and lots to be excited about in this second half. We got Wan-Bissaka on, got Pogba on, McTominay and his developments. Then you've got Gomez and Greenwood in there as well. So lots to keep your eyes on. Will Dependent says James looks exciting. Great show as usual. And if anyone is old school RuneScape right now, jump in the clan chat. Will Dependent. There you go. RuneScape right now. Jump in the clan chat. Whatever that is. I don't know what it is. I can't change the lineup when I'm live, so here I'm sorry, I can't do it. That's the first half team. I'll try and get it done for you on the next pre-season game, but I was so late getting stuff ready today. I just can't do that at the moment. Who's playing well, says Luke Tooth. Well, United look a bit. I mean, does anybody know anything about Perth Glory to tell me, is this Perth Glory second half team totally shit compared to the first half team? Because United are a lot on the front foot here. But I just don't know how bad Perth Glory are. Because Perth Glory might have severely weakened themselves second half compared to their first half team. Here's Matter anyway. And what United need to do is just move the ball quicker in the final third. And I'm sure Ollie will have told them to do that. Move the ball quicker in the final third, because that's when we were causing Perth Glory problems. But obviously with Matic on the pitch, the ball was being moved slowly a lot. So we just need to move that ball a little bit quicker. We've got Rojo and Smalling at centre-back at the moment. Mark, say hello. Hello, says Omath Balaya. Hello. Hello. How are you? We're not playing a diamond, Mark, says Kahir. It's very difficult to tell what we are doing, Kahir. There's so much interchangeability. Luke Shaw. Here comes Gomez. Oh, nearly. That was Rashford, actually. There's a lot of interchangeability, so it's very difficult. In a way, that's good. It's very difficult to know what Manchester United's formation is because there's so much interchangeability. Here's Rashford into Luke Shaw. McTominay goes the wrong way for me there. He had an overlap from Shaw and he went backwards. But here is Greenwood. Skips past one. Ooh, side netting. That's what we want to see. Greenwood. Exciting. Yeah. Manchester United. I think United are going to get a few goals in this second half. Pogba knocks it forward and they've cleared it there. But there's a lot quicker from United. I'm excited to see Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Let's not forget the one thing that Wan-Bissaka does need to work on is his attacking side of the game. Defensively, he's brilliant. So he just needs to work on that. Sing some In Excess, says Danny CFC. I need you tonight. Bam, bam, bam. Ding, 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 ding. Bam, bam, bam. Ding, 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 ding. Dum, dum, dum. I like In Excess. They're good. Offside there for United. Good chance. Good chance. Right. Harry Smith says that the Perth Glory team is much the same to the second half. I follow a bit of the A-League. I support Brisbane Roar. So does that mean that they've not taken many players off, or they've sort of done a split across their squad? The thing is, most United players in the attacking sense should look okay in this because we're going to have a lot of the ball. Gomez there, he's buzzing around a lot. We're playing a weird formation because Matter's playing off Rashford now. Greenwood's definitely providing the right. Gomez is tucking in. There's Pogba. Rojo shoots from about... He's so far out Rojo there, he's almost in England. He's got a high opinion of his shooting, Rojo, hasn't he? Who's captain second half? Says Dylan McBride. I don't know. Who's got the captain's armband? Might be Smalling. Steph Chadwick says we need a right winger if we're going to play this formation next season. Chong eased in, potential star. Got my ticket for 500k. Been watching daily for 2 years. Cheers, pal. How are we doing for subscribers? Yeah, do subscribe if you're new. Bottom right hand corner. On that road to 500k. Perth Glory actually well, optimistic to say they're on the attack. They're nearly into their own. They're nearly into the United half. Nearly. He's in. He's into the. They're in. Oh, he's still in it. And Wan-Bissaka makes a tackle. They made some good yardage there, Perth Glory. They're halfway into our half. And Jason Hewitt, I agree with you. He says Gomez already looks far more comfortable than Chong. Matter's captain. A lot of people saying Matter is captain. Cheers for that. Cheers for that. Tyler Bailey's wearing the same top as me. Not literally the same top, because otherwise you'd be in my top. But yeah, you're wearing the United home kit. Wan-Bissaka can tackle Lane Rawney 35. Oh boy, yes he can. Good. What a lovely ball that is by Pogba to switch the play to Luke Shaw. He's got yards to move into here, Shaw, as we pass the halfway line. This is it though. We slow down now. We got to move the ball quick against the team that's parking the bus. Wan-Bissaka. And he's tackled. Pogba's actually playing good. Well, you'd expect a player of Paul Pogba's quality to stand out against this sort of opposition, surely. Surely you would. I am going to try and change the team whilst I'm also talking to you a lot. Gomez trying to slip in Matter there, but Perth Glory have defended rather well in both halves so far. United around the box. Matter. Gomez. Cut back. Blocked. We just can't put the ball in the net at the moment. We just can't create that chance to do it. Corner for Manchester United. Nice high ball. Heads on it. Back post. No, it's a goal kick. Elevation says Gomez makes intelligence runs and he is so silky on the ball. Elevation. Ooh. 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 Elevation. Higher than the sun. Shoot me from a gun. Going to excavation. Right, I should be able to sort out this second half team for you, but what I will say is I can't change the goalie because I don't have a Pereira graphic, so that's not going to be possible. But what I can do is I can put the team together for you. So Pogba is playing. Luke Shaw with a free kick corner at the moment. A throw in, sorry. Get your words out. Martial's not on. Rashford is on. We'll get there. We'll get there. We're going to get there. Rashford. Showing some high shots here. Oh, Pereira catches it. That's about the first time they've had the ball in anywhere near our half. So I've got the back four right. Just need to get rid of Delo. And Herrera doesn't play for us anymore. Chong's not playing. Gomez is. McTominay is. Matic isn't. So who are we missing? Greenwood. So if I put Pogba there, put McTominay, Rashford, Greenwood, Matter, Gomez, Matter, Rashford, Greenwood. There we go. That'll do for you. United on the attack here. Good bit of play. Matter. Oh. Oh, piss off. The things I do for you lot when I'm actually live and I could be interacting with the live comments, I'm getting you the right team. Right, here we go. You're about to have the correct team go up for you because that's the sort of stuff I do. When people ask, I'll help them out. There you go. So ignore the goalkeeper because it is Pereira in goal. I just don't have a Pereira graphic. But your team in the second half is that. And it's a goal for Manchester United. And it's Angel Gomez. Timing perfect. No, it's not. It's Marcus Rashford. It's Marcus Rashford. Manchester United lead 1-0. It's been coming. And it's Rashford who takes it. It's a tackle there. A little layoff by Pogba. Comes to Rashford. Good finish. Good finish. Give him a bit of confidence. That's what he's got to start doing. That's what you need a striker to do. I mean, there's nothing great about the build-up play. There's nothing great about the build-up play, but it drops to him from an angle with a player in front of him. What? 15 yards out, puts it in the bottom corner. 1-0 Manchester United. Lovely. Lovely stuff. You know what that means, though. I've got to go and change the bloody score thing again. I've just gone and given you the team news. Now I've got to go and do the score. So United, lots of ball in this second half. Here's Wan-Bissaka again. And Greenwood. I mean, look, you know what I like about Greenwood? Physically, he's just massive. Like, you know, he doesn't look like he's 17, 18, whatever his age is at the moment. He looks ready. And he looks ready against Cardiff. And he looks even more ready now. This is why, if we sell Lukaku, I wonder whether we actually do need to go and buy another striker. Because he just looks, you know, with Chong, who is young, who is older than him, with Chong, you look at him and go, has he got the physicality? With Gomez, you look, has he got the physicality? Greenwood's younger than both of them, and you can see he's got the physicality. And I know he didn't score that goal, and I'm just talking about Greenwood for a moment, but physically, he just looks up for it, and obviously he's got the talent as well. So, yes. Hopefully United can go and get a couple more goals now. Yes, definitely. Thank you. One 0 to Manchester United. Morton French talking about Wan-Bissaka and how he seems to be settling in well. Rashi for the win, says George Broadway. I think there's more goals in this game. Although the first half has gone very, very quick, hasn't it? Here's Gomez again. Will he get a shot away? He does. Oh, straight at the... Well, yeah, straight at the keeper, to be fair. But... I mean, Perth Glory, let's be honest, they've offered nothing. I don't think they've had a shot in the whole game, have they? But good, it's good for Rashford to get goals, you know, whether it's pre-season or not. I think the one thing you can always say about strikers is that if they are getting goals, then it's good for their confidence. And you know, the one thing, well, there's a few things that I think Marcus Rashford needs to improve on. Certainly his finishing, his final ball is one of those. So if he starts scoring goals in pre-season, it gives him that confidence in front of goal. And you know, I'm a big fan of Marcus Rashford. You know, if anybody who's watched this show for a long time will know that Marcus Rashford and Martial were my two favourite players at United for a long time. And I think that, you know, Rashford has got that potential to be a really, really good top class striker. I don't think he's ever going to be world class. I think people run away with things like that. Is he going to be one of the best players in the world? No. Can he be as good as an Andy Cole or is he going to be? Maybe he could be an Andy Cole. You know, maybe he could be an Andy Cole and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer sort of striker, which I'd be more than happy with. Is he going to be a Van Nistelrooy or a Ronaldo? Probably not. But what we don't want him to be is a Danny Welbeck or someone like that. So, you know, the potential's there with Rashford. It's just he's got to start delivering, the same as Martial. Gomez moves and has the same skills as Romario, says Zige. That's some talk up, that is. MUFC Love says pear-shaped. So yeah, what we want to see from United now is a few more goals. Here's Greenwood again, getting there, stretching out those legs. Not a great final ball there, but Rashford might pick it up. No, he hasn't. I mean, this is it. This is what you're up against, though. Look how many players Perth Glory have got. And United are not even committing men forward, and they've got 8 players virtually behind the ball. Matter. There's a real skill gap. United should be winning this game 3-4, 5-0, but we're not going to judge it if they don't. But there is a real skill gap, and you can see it in this second half. The amount of times they give the ball away. This should be 2. Oh, what a miss. Mason Greenwood, I don't know whether he was offside anyway, but he was put through by Mata. I think we all thought it was going to be 2-0, and he scuffed it wide. Snatched at it a little bit. Was he offside? No. You know what we never saw, though, from the first half? I thought that was a penalty on Chong. We never got a replay of that, did we? Did anyone see a replay of that? Marcus Rashford has scored. If people want to know who scored, it's 1-0 to United and Rashford has scored. I think there's a few more goals to come here. Gomez on the run. Luke Shaw. Oh, corner ball. Ah, lovely cup of tea. Lovely cup of tea with me United stand mug. Gomez is looking good. Yeah. Short corner to Rashford. Into Gomez. Into Shaw. Pogba, little dink. Cleared it. So 66 minutes gone. Just tuned in. How did James do? It says pear-shaped. I thought James had a good first 20 minutes and then he faded. Maybe fitness, I don't know. But yeah, I thought he played in the first half. He did okay. The next game for United is next Wednesday lunchtime. Similar kick-off to this, I think. It's either 12 or 12:30 on a Wednesday lunchtime. So if you're at work, take the day off. Skive. They showed a replay at half-time. Definitely not a penalty, says Tyler Reid. I must have missed it. There you go. So United moving the ball about at the back. I mean, Smalling, Rojo, centre-backs in the second half, and we had Twansebi and Jones in the first half. Absolutely nothing to do, really. People bashing Greenwood already. You're embarrassing, says Red Jedi. Where are these comments? Where are these comments? Where are they having a go at him? I won't have it. He's a fantastic talent. How old is he? Is he 17 or is he 18 now? He's fine. I've got absolutely no concerns about Mason Greenwood at all. I know he missed an easy chance there and he missed a few chances against Cardiff. But, you know, if you know your football, you know he's good. For Dubai says, from Oz, so you know A-League is equivalent to park football in the UK and listening to our commentators makes me cringe. Harry Kane could do better. Thank you. And cross comes in from United. Rojo over the bar. Man's got tricks. Says United needs someone who can shoot from far out. That's why I want Bruno Fernandes. You know what? You are typing in English, so you're obviously talking in my level. But he's only 17, Mason Greenwood, by the way, which is stunning because I think he's ready. But we do need to shoot out from outside the box more. Paul Pogba can do it. I just don't know why we don't. Mark, give me a shout out from New York. Zealand, sorry. Roll on 500k, says Matt Davies. Yeah, how are we doing for subs? Yeah, we're getting close to 497. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. Bottom right hand corner, get involved with the United Stand. Lots of good stuff coming up for you after this today. I'll do my match reaction straight after. Then we got fan cams and everything coming in from Flex. And a match day vlog he's going to do of the experience over there in Perth. Tomorrow morning, we've got a brilliant interview going up with Simon Peach, Tier 1 Manchester United journalist, talking about transfers, what's going on with United. Really can't wait for that. So loads and loads going on. And thanks everyone who's tuning in for the watch-alongs. Remember, we're live every night at 8 o'clock. We got transfers, reactions as soon as they go. Loads going on the channel. Call-ins. You know, if you are over in Australia, come and see us. We're going to be in Norway, Beijing, Singapore as well. We've got the get-together in London. There's loads going on with the channel, so just get involved with it. Subscribe. Please share the video as well. But this has basically been a story of United having a lot of ball in the final third and Perth Glory just absolutely parking the bus. It's which you can't knock it for. I think if they came out and tried to play, they've been so poor at keeping hold of the ball and we've won it back so easily that if they didn't sit behind the ball, lovely running by Greenwood, and that's a corner. See, that's what Greenwood can do as well. If they didn't sit back and play behind the ball, then we'd smash them. So they've got to sit back. Rashford scored the goal. And Rashford keeps coming to do these short corners, which I don't really like. I mean, that's one thing we've got to see this season as well. As we look towards the real season, Rashford on set pieces has got to stop. He is shit at them. I saw somebody showing some stat that he's actually quite good at them. My eyes are real. You know, my eyes can tell an ugly girl and an attractive girl, in my mind. They can also tell me if I'm eating shit or I'm eating chocolate cake. And they can also tell me that Rashford is crap at free kicks and should not be on set pieces. I don't care what the stats are for. He's the best. Actually, Marcus Rashford, let's get Jim on. Actually, Mark, Jim here. Marcus Rashford has got the best stats on set pieces for people under the age of 22. For people between the age of 20 and 22 who were born in the Manchester area and wear Manchester United shirts. He is the best free kick taker on that stat. Well, you know what? I like Rashford. Just get him off free kicks. Rashford scored. Karen Cook. A good goal. He took it well. And that's what I want to see Rashford doing. In the box. Penalty king. Because Lukaku can do that. Good run by Wan-Bissaka here. Good cross. Corner. Definitely a backs to the wall job from Perth Glory. Connor Twomey says, any more on Bruno Fernandes? Patience is the key with Bruno Fernandes, as Ollie said, and all transfers at the moment. I think Harry Maguire is probably going to be the next one. Remember, I did the video. When did I do the video? When did I do the video on the United stand where I said I've been told we're going to sign Harry Maguire for 75 million from my mate who is in Leicester? I nearly said what his job was then. I would have been all sorts of shit. That must have been what are we on Saturday? I think it was a week ago, last Thursday. So it's just about bartering, isn't it? I think Maguire's definitely going to come to United. And then after that, hopefully we'll get the midfielders. But here is United. Good cut back. Got to be... Oh! That would have been Greenwood's goal. Cut back from Mata, I think it was. Greenwood shoots for goal. And it hits the Perth Glory player. We're close. We're getting closer. Shame Fred isn't here, says Cobros Aikins, but fully understand wedding was planned a year ago. Copa America only finished last week. No other time he could do it. Yeah, but he didn't play in the Copa America. I suppose he thought he would be. I just think it's silly that you're getting married when you've had a bad season for your club and you need to be part of pre-season and embedding yourself in. And although the club, I'm sure, will say it's absolutely fine, I think deep down he's probably not done himself any favours there. The Booknut fan says, maybe United is waiting after this game to see what the glaring problem is before moving forward with transfers. Who knows? I think they already know what the glaring problem is because we always know. We already know. You don't learn what your glaring problems are against Perth Glory if you haven't learned what the glaring problems are in the Premier League against teams like Cardiff. Alex Billings says, Mark, stop being a know-it-all. Mate, I present a fan channel, with lots of fans watching and lots of interaction. If you don't like the style of the way I do it, go and watch something else. But you've got to be, if you're going to present something, you've got to give an opinion. So if you perceive that as being a know-it-all, then, you know, I can't do anything about that. You've got to have an opinion. Jim's here for the positivity. If you want, what do you want? Do you want Jim or do you want Mark? I only get Drawty back on anyway, because we were having a good chat about transfers, and this game is... Oh, Rashford. Shoot! No. That's got to go out for a throw-in. Let's never drink beer again. And we never did. Classic line. What's it from? Greenwood needs a little... I mean, look, Greenwood's 17 years of age. Give him a break. Physically, he's ready. He just needs to grow into it. If we don't make signings this week, we're screwed, says Jimmy Marseille. Don't bet your house on it, Jimmy. We will still make signings. They just might not be this week. I'm in the group. So another substitution for Sporting Perth Glory. Sporting Glory. I'm thinking of Bruno. Drawty, how you doing, pal?
I'm all right. I've had some food. Just chilling out. So keeping updates with what's going on. So Rashford obviously got his goal, which is a good thing. So how have you found it so far?
I actually thought I'd find the second half more exciting because of the players, but I think I enjoyed the first half more in a weird way. And I don't know whether that's just fatigue of the second half, where it's just like, I just think in general we don't create enough chances, and that's something we need to work on as a team. We could have had 3 or 4 this second half, to be honest. We've created more chances in this half. I mean, it's interesting that some people want to have a go at Greenwood. I mean, 17 years of age. Physically, he looks way more ready than Gomez and Chong do. I think he's going to be a cracking player.
Tiny.
Yeah. I've just got a couple of super chats to read,
like
and then I'll get you. Spartan N. Jones says, nice to see a skill ladder for the pre-season to truly test the young players. Also, if we don't get rid of Lukaku, will he play against Inter? I'm going to ask Jorty about that, actually. And Mustafa Hanada says, just want to acknowledge all the work you guys do. Thank you for the amazing content, humour and dedication. Glory, glory, Manchester United. Well, it's good that we got Jorty on as well, because obviously he's a big part of all the graphics and that. So cheers for that, mate. But yeah, we've got Inter Milan a week today. We're playing Inter Milan. So we've got Leeds on Wednesday, Inter Milan a week today, and then Spurs on the following Thursday after that. So be interesting to see if Lukaku actually... I mean, he didn't train the other day, so he might be carrying a knock. But it'd be interesting to see if he is a knock, or it's just we're not playing him because we think we're going to sell him.
I think it'd be a bit weird if we sold him and didn't bring anyone in. So I'm kind of like, if he is going to be sold at this stage, then clearly we must have a backup plan. I mean, if we're going into next season with just Martial, Rashford and Greenwood...
Sanchez, don't forget Sanchez.
Okay. Sanchez, yeah, all right. He's
going to be here, isn't he? As much as no one wants him to be, he will be here.
Yeah, he'll be here, but I don't know where he fits in, because obviously he likes playing out on the left, because as you say many, many times, he probably has a clause in his contract saying he has to play on the left. Well, Daniel James is going to be roundabout there. Now you've got Martial Sonons plays on the left, so unless Martial moves over into the centre striker's role, and I just got a feeling that Ollie's going to rotate everyone. Like, there's going to be no set positions, because Rashford can play in the middle, he can play on the right, he can play on the left. Martial can play in the middle or the left. He tends not to play on the right ever. Sanchez likes going through the middle. He likes playing on the left. James can play on the right or the left. So I see where you're coming from with this, and I'm kind of a bit like, if Lukaku goes, I've got a horrible feeling they're not going to bring in a striker.
Well, Ben Yedder's the only one that they've sort of been linked to. I mean, I think if we got rid of Lukaku and Sanchez, we'd bring somebody in. Man's Got Trick says Pogba can shoot from far out. Matic can shoot from far out, yes, but do not do it enough. Bruno will. And I'm glad Griezmann went to Barcelona. Let him enjoy the hot weather, the little wimp. And Empress says Wan-Bissaka looks like the player of the year at the moment. Best signing for years. Big difference compared to Young. Yeah, I mean, look, you can't judge Wan-Bissaka on this game, because the best part of Wan-Bissaka's game is his defensive side of things, and he's not had to do any defending. But there's a lot to be positive about in relation to that signing, certainly. Just Perth glory on the attack here, but yeah, I mean, look, we've seen that anyway, Jorty, haven't we? We've seen that fluidity of positions in this game. It's very hard, you know. There was arguments in the first half about the formations we're playing, because there is a lot of interchangeability.
Yeah, I just think Ollie's trying to play with the squad and just see who fits which piece best at the moment. Because the whole thing is with Mourinho, it became so rigid. Everyone was so put into their place, and you must play this way. If you're a fullback, you know, you've got to overlap, but at the same time, your defensive duties are extremely high, which obviously is right for a fullback. But then he was getting Pogba to defend more. He's getting everyone to defend more. So I kind of feel like Ollie's giving everyone a chance in pre-season to mix it out a bit, see where, you know, their strengths are. I don't think he's trying to be too rigid at this point. And against Perth Glory, you can afford to experiment, because they're not the strongest outfit. It's a game that means absolutely nothing. So why would you not experiment? It makes pure sense from Ollie's position as a manager to just look at everyone and go, okay, just give me your best today. You know, don't worry too much about tactics. Obviously, there are tactics involved, but I don't think he's that rigid at the moment, if that makes sense.
Looks like Garner's going to be coming on. He's just waiting. I'm trying to think. I was thinking about that a minute ago. Who hasn't been used? Because obviously Lukaku, Lindelof, and Bay not available today. De Gea's not been used. The other goalkeeper's not been used. But I think that's probably about it, really. Pogba and Garner will come on now. Chris Jovis said, "I think Ollie is grooming Greenwood to be our right winger." You see, that would annoy me if we were going to do that, because Greenwood is a striker, and I think we've made that mistake with Rashford, where, you know, he's a great striker. Let's play him on the ring. Let's play him on the wing for the next 2 years. And I think, you know, he's a striker, Greenwood, and I want to see him there. If it's in an interchangeable front three, it's a different story. Luke Shaw's coming off for Garner here, which is odd. He's not a left back, is he, Garner?
Well, you never know. No, I think probably Ollie's going to change the formation a little bit. I don't know. He might play 3 at the back and then try 2 of them as wing backs. So it just depends how he wants to tweak it at the moment. I don't think he's.
Luke Shaw might have took a knock actually because he did get a tackle, quite a hefty tackle on him. Last thing we want is a Luke Shaw injury because it's back in. Ashley Young, hold my beer.
We've actually got a super chat from Mark Palfrey. Pogba looks lost to me.
He has gone straight down the tunnel, Luke Shaw. Great.
Yeah, just on Mark's comment, he says Pogba looks lost to him. Do you reckon that's just because his head's elsewhere at the moment?
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to... Even if he's committed to United, it's a pre-season game. You're not going to be totally committed, are you, to tackles and that? You don't want to get injured. It's about just, they actually did train this morning, which shows you how they're treating this game. It's like, it's just a part of the build-up, isn't it? So, I don't know, with Pogba, I think De Gea's definitely... I've said for a while, Pogba's going, De Gea will stay. But with every passing day, I suppose there's more chance he'll stay. And it's whether anyone can afford Pogba and how much he wants to go.
I think at the moment no one can really afford Pogba. I think the transfer market for everyone, not just United, is extremely challenging. You look at the whole Neymar situation with PSG, and as someone said to me the other day, once Neymar moves, it might create a domino effect across Europe because then obviously all the big moves start to happen.
Rashford on frigging free kicks again. This has got to stop. It's got to stop.
I can. Yeah, he's not the best at free kicks as old Rashford. He's
goal. We got a goal,
Beckham.
and he's
yay!
It's Garner. It's the young boy Garner. So he's literally just come on and he's blasted it in the net. Instant impact.
What can you say about that?
I didn't even see it.
Oh, like I said, at the moment I managed to see some of the first half, but I haven't managed to see this one. So
it's a
that's
good
great
goal as well. He takes it into his stride, picks it up from another mistake from Perth Glory, goes forward towards the edge of the box, and smashes it in the bottom corner. It's a lovely goal. Lovely goal.
This is the thing with Ollie. If he's going to start bringing through the youth, and I think I said it a couple of days ago. In terms of Garner, if he's going to play Chongi and Gomez and Garner and Greenwood, they're as good as new signings if they can play at the ability that they show at the youth level. So,
well, he's another one who I know he's losing his hair and he's trying to cover it up with longer hair. We've all been there, but he's only 17, I think. Again, so people think McTominay's young. He's 22, and this is a big season for McTominay. But Garner's 5 years younger than him. That is youth. That is proper. Greenwood and Garner, they're proper young players because they're like 17, coming up for 18. And they're
you look at it, if Garner's ready and he's good enough, then it's as good as a new signing. And I kind of think that United are dragging their heels at the moment over transfers because they do have these options. And the thing is, if you bring in players, then these guys are not going to get a chance. So Chong immediately, if you bring in a right winger, well, Chong's not going to get much of a look in. If you bring in another attacking midfielder, again, Gomez is going to sit on the bench for a season. I kind of feel that United are only going to bring players in if they improve them or if the youth isn't good enough. So it's a hedge bet situation.
Yeah. Our youth proving their worth so far, says Jimmy Marseille. Jay Richardson, do you believe we are waiting for Inter to game for Lukaku deal? Also, please may you make a video on the talks of selling the club in detail. I'll think about that. Make Drawty your permanent co-commentator. He's great, says Skaneface. The offer has always been there, but he's just too busy. Yeah, I disagree with you a little bit on that though, because I can't be a hypocrite, as you know. I did say at the start of the game, the biggest danger from this is that people start saying, we don't need a midfielder, we don't need a centre-back, we got Twansibi, we got Chong, we got Garner, And the reality is, when was the last time we produced a top, even a decent youth player? We've not done it for 20 years. So to suddenly say we're going to produce 3 or 4 that can be first-team players that are better than signings, 100% we still need Harry Maguire, we still need Bruno Fernandes, we still need another midfielder as well. And if these young players need to go on loan, then you put them on loan in the Championship. If they're good enough now, you play them. But I don't think any of these lads are ready yet.
Well, you say not for the last 20 years. What about Paul Pogba? He was the youth system.
Yeah, but he didn't
So,
fulfill that talent
you know,
here, did he?
no, he didn't. But at the same time, it's still a United's scouting network is still pretty good for the youth level. There's a lot of good stuff happening in the under 18s, under 16s levels, and at a really young age, their scouting network is pretty good. I think it's just to get through to the top level at the moment. It's not the same as back in 1995 when Scholesy and that lot came through from the class of '92. Um, I just think people need to be more ready now than they were back then. The standard of the league is so much higher, and the speed of the game. Players need to come in and basically be ready straight away. And unless they are really, really amazing, they haven't got time to
Nearly
settle in.
scored again there. Good save. Yeah, but you know what? With these players, and a good shot from Gomez, saved by the keeper. If they go on loan, I haven't got a problem. I think that's a good thing. You can see that from what happened with Twansebi. It's like it can be a real positive thing. Yeah. And I do think it has been many years since we've produced young players, and there is I think Chong, who knows? Greenwood, yeah, definitely agree. He could be something. Garner, maybe he can be something because he's so young and he's getting involved in the first team already. Gomez, if he was playing in Barcelona or in Portugal, I think he'd make it. It's just whether with his size in the Premier League is that going to be an issue for him. But Twansebi again, whether he makes it United or not, I don't know. I think he'll make a good career in the Premier League. So we have got a good crop of players. It's just whether they can get into the team. And here is Greenwood here, and no, he's cleared it. But
Gomez is tiny. He's only 5'3". I mean, wasn't Joe Allen 5'4", 5'3"? To be fair, there aren't that many footballers of that height.
No,
even Iniesta was like 5'6", 5'7", something like that. Messi's 5'7", 8". So he's got a massive height disadvantage. So unless he is literally going to be like the second coming of Messi in midfield, I don't know. I kind of feel like he's going to struggle a little bit. But then again, happy to be proven wrong. He's got fantastic talent. That has not taken it away from Angel. He is unreal when you see him in the reserves and youth levels. But in terms of him actually making it to the top level, physicality-wise, he's already got a disadvantage.
Easy work for United, I think, today.
So, yeah. Oh, I just thought of something. So 496,900 subscribers. We're going to do the same thing we did at halftime. Bit of a social experiment again. We've got 14,500 of you watching. Guarantee there's many of you who've never subscribed, never watched the channel before. Probably a good fair few thousand of you. If all of you hit that subscribe button now, then we can get a little bit closer to that 500,000 mark, because we are steaming along at the moment. And the sooner we get there, the sooner the party can happen. The sooner Goldbridge can get drunk and dance
I'll be
around.
doing that anyway. I don't need an excuse for that.
No, you send me videos on the weekend, and to be honest with you, my girlfriend keeps telling you to stop doing it. So
yeah, any reason to have a few, but I have got champagne on order for this. They've got lots of things planned for this, so yeah, do keep subscribing, like Draughty says, and if you have subscribed, you can still get involved. You can still press a button, press the share button. But we'll have a little bit of a chat at full time. Normally I go straight into the match reaction, but it is pre-season, so we'll have a little bit of chat at full time, and then I'll do the match reaction, because it's nice to have Draughty on, and it gives me a little bit of time. But in all seriousness, look, I did used to have Marcus with me last season. He doesn't want to do it anymore, which I totally respect. So we've got to figure out a way as a channel how we move forward, because I like interacting with the live comments, but I also like having somebody on with me. So we'll be thinking about that, and we've got a few ideas next season anyway. So if you like the channel and you like having an opinion on football, this is the place to be, because we're building a football team with people who watch the channel. We have a call-in, we've got fan cams. Everything we do is all. We were the first channel that really did live content. Interacting live content. We were the first who did that. So we're always thinking about you lot, and some of the ideas we've got coming up are going to be very, very, very exciting for you to get involved in. So yeah, please do. But in regards to this pre-season game, 2-0. Garner's goal was the pick of the goals for me, because it's the better goal. Nice to see Rashford score, but all in all, it's just a workout for the lads, and we go into tougher games now. Leeds, Inter, Spurs, they're going to be tougher games. Leeds is going to be an interesting game because of the rivalry.
Yeah, I mean there is massive rivalry with Leeds. I just think this was just a good workout today. That's all it was. It was basically a training exercise and seeing what players were ready for pre-season. Leeds is where the season starts to get a little bit interesting, but at the same time, they are a championship club. They're not exactly going to be an Inter Milan. So I think it's a gentle introduction to pre-season. Then obviously Leeds goes up a level. Then you go to the next game and it goes up a level again. And then when it comes to the Spurs games, you would really hope that the squad was settled and we got a few new players in by then. Because otherwise, for the first game versus Chelsea, if we're currently going in with the squad that we have, I don't know. I kind of feel we're not strong enough at the moment. But having said that, today's game is a good run out. There's not really much more I can add other than today was just a good workout. I don't think there should be no one that's being negative after today. No one. It's just a friendly, that's it.
With regards to the season, though, just while we've got a couple of minutes before I do the match reaction, with regards to the season itself, I mean, it's very hard, I know, because we don't know what transfer business we're going to get done. The game is over, by the way, 2-0 to Manchester United. We don't know what transfer business we're going to get done. We don't know how Ollie is going to react. He was caretaker last year. It was up and down. What are your thoughts on next season? And of course, we've always got this big shadow of the board and whether they will actually back this manager. Because if they don't, he's going to have to do it with what he inherited.
I think at the moment, Aaron Wan-Bissaka was the best signing we could have made because I really think we were lacking down that right-hand side of defence. So that was an astute signing. Price-wise, I don't think it really matters at the moment. We just needed a decent right-back. And Daniel James looks to be the sort of player that United can utilise. I wouldn't say he's an instant starter. I wouldn't say he's going to set the world on fire straight away. His pace is lightning quick, and he's a very good signing to have in the squad. But at the moment, I'm a little bit nervous in terms of because Pogba's head is all over the place. Lukaku, we don't know what's happening. And those are two of our biggest, they're the most expensive signings the club have ever made. And both of them could be going out the door. There's nothing settled at the moment.
Just quickly on that Lukaku thing, because, I mean, look, I'm going to do my match reaction after this, and I probably won't talk about Lukaku until probably tomorrow night's show now, by which case, hopefully he'll be gone. But I did say that this situation with Lukaku, if people don't know about it, just to sort of give you the latest transfer news, United are prioritising Harry Maguire. They're patient on Bruno Fernandes, and Lukaku, a bid has gone in apparently, which United have turned down because United feel that they want more than the £75 million they paid for Lukaku. Now, it divides opinion, but my opinion is that this is like somebody said on the show last night. You go to a car boot sale, or you go to a charity shop. I've made a better one, actually. So you go to the charity shop with your old dirty trainers that were Nike Air Max or whatever's the kids are wearing these days. £100 trainers when you bought them. 3 years later, they've got holes in them and they stink. You take them to a charity shop who are meant to take them off you for free, and you try and charge them the £100. That's what it feels like with Lukaku, because it's like we made a mistake. He was not a £75 million striker, and then we want more for him when this is the problem with United, and it's clear to me that Lukaku doesn't want to be here, and Ollie doesn't want him either. But the board are like, no, we want more than what we paid for him. He's not. We overpaid anyway. If Inter give us 60 million, I think we should take it. And anyone who says, well, he's he's got loads of goals in him, I think even for 40 million, you should be able to buy a striker who hasn't got a first touch like a pinball machine. That's my thoughts. But I mean, maybe you might think, well, no, United are right to try and get that money, which I don't think they'll get from anybody, by the way, which means he'll stay.
I don't think they'll get the money for him, but I can see the logic behind their valuation. Because at the end of the day, when he was bought for the club, he did have a very, very good club record in the Premier League. Obviously, he was very good for West Brom and Everton. He can, when he's got the right delivery, he is very deadly in the box. It's just at the moment, you saw in today's game, even without Lukaku, there's no real delivery into the box. We just don't create enough chances, really. So Lukaku can't feed off of that. Now, any striker in world football with Lukaku's, especially his international record, because his international record is fantastic, he does command that fee. Because you look at someone like Harry Kane. Harry Kane's probably up around the £150 million market. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Lukaku, even at half the price, is he half the player?
They were very close a couple of years ago. They were very close.
Yeah. So 75 million isn't a stretch in this market. It's really not. Unfortunately, the market is completely skewed. So prices are all over the place. People don't really know what to play for players anymore. It's a difficult one, but I don't see why the club should be fleeced over him. If they think they can get 75 million for Lukaku, then go for it. Because at the end of the day, they're just covering costs. Technically, that's a loss because of inflation. Technically, he should have been around about 100 million now, but he's not. If he stayed the same or slightly below, they're making a loss either way. So 75 million in this market isn't unrealistic. I kind of think, fine, dig in your heels and get the right fee for him, because if someone desperately wants him enough, they will pay up for him eventually.
Yeah, I just think sometimes you've got to take a loss on a player, even if you think his value is that high. I don't agree it is, but I respect what you're saying with that. But he doesn't want to be here. Ollie doesn't want. You look at the way United were playing today. You've got a team parking the bus. You're trying to move the ball around quickly, and then we did all right at that. But you put Lukaku into that team, you've got a player that when you're knocking the ball into them quickly, they're going to be it's going to be bouncing off them. What do you think about the centre-back situation? Because we've got a lot of centre-backs, and we're obviously looking at Harry Maguire. What does that mean for Eric Bailly, Twansibi, Rojo, Jones, Smalling, Lindelof? Can you see us moving any of them off?
Bailly is very injury prone. I do rate him as a defender. I just think he's been horrifically unlucky with the amount of injuries he's picked up. And I can't see him getting a settled run in the team. Also, I don't think Ollie rates him very much. We saw him against PSG where he was hauled off, I think after 24 minutes. He was having a torrid time on the right-hand side of the defence. And then obviously after Bailly came off, then United improved and we managed to win the match. In that incredible turnaround in the Champions League. Then you've got the Chuckle Brothers, as you call them, Smalling and Jones. Jones is a funny one because I remember when Alex Ferguson basically turned around and said, he reckoned he could have been our best ever player, but he's a bit of a joke player now. But Jones really can defend. It's just he's so incident prone and so prone to making mistakes. It just, you cannot rely on him anymore. So really, Jones shouldn't be here. Smalling's 30. He's an experienced player in terms of Manchester United and playing in the Premier League. There's nothing wrong with having Smalling as a backup defender. I do rate him on his day. He can be very good. Rojo is a red card waiting to happen. He's completely reckless, and he's not the kind of centre back that United need. Yes, we've always liked the whole Vidic kind of character, but Rojo's actually just a loose cannon. And then Lindelof, Jesus, if we lost him to, say, Barcelona or someone, we really are in trouble. So I think United very much are in desperate need of a very high-quality centre-back. Harry Maguire, for me, should be the number one. I love Koulibaly, but unfortunately, I think Napoli want his release clause, which is 135 million. They're never going to pay that. Never going to pay that in a million
market.
years.
I said this yesterday on the show. I mean, it's like, if it's funny, a couple of years ago, all these players were going for ridiculous money, of which we did spend a lot of money on Pogba, and it was like, it's not long till we get the half a billion pound player, and I actually think it is. I think it is because you look at Neymar, he's sort of stuck. He wants to leave, but he's stuck. You look at Pogba, he's sort of stuck. You look at Lukaku, he's sort of stuck. They're out pricing themselves because of their previous move, and it is interesting. And like you say, Koulibaly may well want to leave, but that's the release clause there. You signed that contract with it. I think players of the future need to stop signing these contracts with silly release clauses, because if your situation sours, I know we don't really have it in this league, but if you are a Koulibaly and you've just signed a contract with a 135 million release clause, you're a bit of an idiot, really, because if you suddenly decide you want to go to a better club, somebody's going to struggle.
Well, the whole thing was Koulibaly. He is world class, and if he walks into any team, he'll do the job. But at 28, paying 135 million release clause is complete madness. And I know people say it's not our money, and it's not our money, but the Glazers and Woodward don't see it that way, and they will not spend the money on a defender with that amount of money attached to him at that age. So the only one you can really go in for, who's got Premier League experience of a decent age and who's got top experience in terms of international level, and would fit straight into the squad because he already knows the players, is Harry Maguire. Now, is Harry Maguire worth £90 million? No. Was Virgil van Dijk worth £75 million when he joined Liverpool? No, he was not. Everyone took the piss and said, why are they paying £75 million for a centre-back from Southampton? But he was absolutely world-class last season. Van Dijk is the best thing that's happened to Liverpool in God knows how many years. So if United could get, Harry Maguire, who's to say that he can't elevate the defence to the next level? We've brought in Wan-Bissaka. He sorts out the right-hand side of defence. If you got AWB, Maguire, Lindelof, and Shaw with De Gea behind, all of a sudden that defence looks a lot stronger than what we had last season. So for me, if it costs 90 million for Maguire, yes, that's ridiculously overpriced. It's hugely overpriced, but it sorts out a problem that United are desperate to fix.
Thanks to Drawty for coming on. I want to get him on more. Definitely want to get him on more, and I know a lot of the live comments agree with that. So hopefully we can get him on a lot more. But thanks for coming on, pal. I'll just wrap it up and say that thanks everyone for joining us on the watch along. We've had thousands getting involved. We've had loads of new subscribers. Please do subscribe if you're new. But it doesn't end there. I'm going to be doing my match reaction. The link is in the video description. I'm literally going to be live there in 60 seconds. So get over there as soon as this finishes. And I'll be giving you match reactions, player ratings, and all that jazz. As per usual, pre-season or not, we've got a format and we stick by it. So we're going to do that match reaction in a minute. Man of the match as well, which is going to be lots of fun. But thanks for coming on, Drawty.
Fine, mate. Have a good one. I'm off now. I've got to
go. All right, mate. So. Okay, I'll speak to you in a bit. And thanks, everybody. And I'll see you on the match reaction. Link in the video description. I'll be there with you in 60 seconds. See you in a moment.
Right, I'll see you later, mate.
All right, mate. I think we did quite well in the end.